today we find ourselves in Vienna, Virginia, and we're getting ready to walk through yet another beautiful new construction home from a brand new builder. This one is by Jefferson Homes. Let me turn you around. I'll tell you all about it. Say hello to 2308 Stryker Avenue. This thing is, I was not expecting this at all. The amount of space in this home is actually extraordinary. But on the exterior, you do have kind of like this beige hardy lap siding with a little board and batten siding up there as well. So kind of like some farmhousey vibes, but also a little traditional as well. You do have a 3-car garage, a tandem garage, as well as a single stall around to the side of the home. You have this beautiful covered front porch right here and a lot of natural wood throughout this home, which I think is spectacular. It really sets it off. Anyway, in addition to all that, you're also going to find 7 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms inside of 7,800 square feet. Now, if you are interested in this home, it is currently listed for $3,199,999. But with that, let's get inside and see what all we can find. All right, here we go. So, like I said, traditional feeling just as soon as you walk in. It's warm, cozy, and inviting, and I love it. But this is your view just as soon as you do walk through that front door. And one of the things that really pop out at me that I really like, and it's mostly with these accent ceilings. So you've got like the tray, but with the crown molding, it's like it just sits off of the ceiling itself a little bit. It's almost like that ceiling is bumped up. And then of course you've got the shiplapping up there as well. That's in a few different spots within the home, and I just kind of like it. I think it's neat. It's the little things, right? But before we dive too far into this home, let's check out this front entryway, which has this beautiful wooden door right here, which really, like, I don't know, as soon as you see it, like, warmth just like washes over you, and it's like coming home. You know what I mean? To me, it is anyway. It has this cozy tone to it that sets the mood for when you walk in the home itself. And then from there are several things happening to either side. We have a dining room back behind us, which will ultimately wrap back around too. But we're gonna go ahead and get started here in this office space, which has this nice navy blue and white palette that just looks really sharp. You've got these double doors with the glass panes. Really, really nice. And tons of space in here, which I love. These windows, almost floor, not quite floor to ceiling, but they're close enough. I'll take it. For sure. It just feels natural, like the natural light coming in here is just, I don't know, I'm into it. Now, if you are into this home or any of the other homes that we've ever toured across the country, I would ask right now a humongous favor. If you could just go down and hit that subscribe button, that would mean the absolute world to me, and it would make me so much happier as we're walking through this beautiful, beautiful home. Now, as we get further down the foyer to the right-hand side, this is going to kind of be where you unload all of your jackets, your bladder, like all that fun stuff, right? So you've got a coat closet right there. I don't know what this one is. Kind of like a linen closet. Maybe a shoe closet, like a shoe. This is where you put your shoes. Your guests can put their shoes when they come into the home. And then you also have this nice, moody, beautiful looking powder room. So I love this vanity. You've got the 2 sconces on either side of it. And then of course, the toilet. Then opposite that, of course, you have the stairs down to the lower level as well as up to where all the bedrooms are. This does have a 2nd floor master bedroom. So I think there might be 1 bedroom here. It might be a guest room. I just quickly glanced at everything because I was turning the lights on. But anyway, into this living room with this stunning fireplace. I love the tile that surrounds this insert right here. Look at this. Just very nice. Like everything around it is subtle except for this tile, which just kind of pops out at you. But it's not like super gaudy or anything, you know what I mean? It's just, it's nice. It's a nice pattern, I think. But again, giant windows. It looks like that's going to be the theme throughout this home and all of the natural light. And then from there, you just kind of flow into the kitchen. There's a lot of space in between everything, which is nice. Everything doesn't feel like crammed together, if that makes sense. So, huge island. Doesn't look like there's any storage on the front side, but you do have plenty of space for seating. And then you've got a couple ball pendant lights hanging down over the top of the island. What do we got here? Just looking at some things, checking some things out. You got the trash can drawer. Ooh, it's like soft open. That's weird. That was fun. But undermount sink. Now, I know it's not up underneath of a window, which a lot of you have mentioned to me that you would prefer. But at least you're looking out some windows, out into this wooded backyard, which is nice. But then you've got your dishwasher. And then along the back side, of course, the refrigerator. Cabinets do go all the way up to the ceiling. Love that. And then this massive buffet space. Definitely room for all the crock pots, all the little finger foods come Thanksgiving, right? And then you have the range with your range hood and a pot filler. What? But I like the range hood. And then just the glass cabinetry with the accent lights inside of it. I think that looks really nice. And then, of course, you've got the kicker lights as well running down along the bottom of all of the cabinets. Now, there's things back behind us as well, and access, like I said, into that dining room, which we will get to in just a little bit. You've got a built-in microwave over here on this side. Y'all, we haven't opened up anything. Whoa. Racing through this kitchen. Slow it down. Slow your horses. Ooh, spice rack. It's weird. I don't think I've ever felt anything like that before. You start pulling on it and then it automatically like finishes sliding out on its own. And then of course it's got the normal like soft close. When you push it back in, it closes softly, but I don't know. Now, as we are walking through this home, do let me know what you like, what you might want to change or rearrange if this home was yours. Love hearing that. Now, this is kind of your morning room space, maybe your less formal dining room where you're going to eat all of your normal, on those nights where you're just wanting to throw some nuggets in the microwave or something. Or nuggets, that might be more of like an island thing, right? Like you'll sit up at your island. I don't know. But anyway, beyond the kitchen, you do have your dry bar with, again, some nice accent lights, and then this beverage refrigerator. And then it passes on into the dining room. Again, we'll get to that in just a minute because we still have some kitchen-y things to get to, like this pantry right here. Again, tons more counter space. Look at all this storage for like bulk items and everything on the bottom. Well, I didn't see that shelf. Maybe not bulk items, but maybe something. But there are a lot of big open shelves in here, which is really nice. Oh yeah, there it is. Now I remember it. So this is going to be your guest room. you know, technically, obviously you can make it anybody's bedroom or turn it into anything that you want to. But it has like this gardeny vibe to it. Again, big windows. These are kind of with the tray ceiling. These windows go up to the ceiling. Nice. But with that nice green grass out there, it just looks phenomenal. Honestly, I never thought like I get excited by unique and interesting looking homes from the exterior. That's kind of what piques my interest and stuff like that. But this one, it definitely has me really excited too. It's just like these little things that I see, and I'm like, ooh, I love it. But even here in the bathroom, nice big window. And then opposite that is a walk-in closet. Yeah, I am so excited about kicking off this year's parade season, which I've been itching for. I've been kind of piecing things together so far this year, just trying to make it work. Because, you know, with the baby and we've got some farm things going on that we've been kind of getting ready to dive into. You know, I'm just ready for parade season to get here, and we're going to some places that we've never been before. Idaho is one of those that has been on my bucket list. I've actually never been to Idaho, period, but would love to go, and so I'm excited about that. But just to kind of let you know, look forward to some stuff. But this is obviously the single stall. You have some electric panels, and then I don't really see anything else in here. And then, of course, I haven't really showed it, but you've got a little wash basin kind of in this mud room. But I would never call this a mud room, and if any mud ever entered in here, I'd probably be a little upset. Just because the whole home looks, you know, clean and crisp looking, which I love. But nice big wall tree right here. A lot of navy blue in the home, which maybe that's what it is. It's just like a darker, moody color that's got me. But then this is the second stall. And again, these the garage is really close to the pantry and kitchen area. So you don't really have to take groceries real far, no matter which kind of garage bay you pulled into. But the only thing I really see in here is this EV outlet. It's super echoey though. So let's get back in the house, shall we? And then of course, back up towards the front is your formal dining room. And again, it's got the same shiplap tray ceiling that the foyer had. And I really dig it. But just tons of space in here. For all different types of things. Built-ins, tables, you name it. So from here, we'll go ahead and work our way upstairs. If you are loving this home, maybe you don't live in and around Vienna, Virginia, or the service area / build radius of Jefferson Homes, well, have no fear. Our good friends over at professionalhomeplans.com can help you build that perfect dream home. Well, at least design that perfect dream home. So with that, if you are loving this home, while you can't build it exactly, you can pull inspiration from it. And again, professionalhomeplans.com, their team will help kind of pick your brain a little bit and allow you to craft your vision into a beautiful home. Now, if you can't get any inspiration from any of the homes that we've ever toured or anyone else has ever toured, well, have no fear. They also have pre-built floor plans for you to choose from. And then, of course, you can work with their design team to kind of tweak those a little bit and craft those into your perfect dream home. So if you are looking to build a home, reach out to professionalhomeplans.com. You can find that link in the description. So this is the first of the secondary bedrooms up here on the second floor and second overall into its closet. I have loved that all of the homes that we've toured today, I've toured 3, and this trip in total is going to be 6 homes. But every one of them, the bathrooms have outnumbered the bedrooms, which is awesome. I mean, I would settle for, like a 1-to-1 ratio, personally, because just I'm used to like an upside down bedroom to bathroom count. But yeah, it's been really cool to see all of the bathrooms. And then this is the second of the bedrooms up here. This one sits back towards the back of the home. Again, tons of light. This is that kind of early afternoon light. It's like 2:30, maybe mid-afternoon. And then into its ensuite. And all of these closets so far have been nice and spacious for like a secondary bedroom, right? And I was surprised that there was a walk-in in that kind of guest room downstairs. Normally that would be like in most of the homes we've been seeing, that would be like just a step in. But again, you've got that same similar tray ceiling in the hallway that you do downstairs. A linen closet. And then the second, well, I think this is the only floor laundry room. But it's on the second floor. It's up here with all the bedrooms, which makes sense, right? So you got washer dryer hookups, some attic access, and then of course floating shelves, plenty of counter space, and a nice wash basin looking out into the backyard. All right, I think the time has come. I think that's our next stop. Yes, it is. Into this gorgeous master bedroom. Look at all of this space. So another tray ceiling in here. Like there's room for days. And then kind of all the way at the back of the room, you've got this little sitting area where the ceiling just kind of bumps up into this nice vault right here. And just kick back. I could see coming up here in the evening time, instead of us, most of the time once we put the kids to bed, we're down in the living room or whatever. But kick my feet back on that ottoman, edit up a nice video, see what you guys are saying about this home in the comments, right? I could do that. But then we start entering into kind of the ensuite area with these closets. So this is the bigger of the two. And they've got like these fun little accent lights. I think I left the main light off in the other one just to kind of show what they look like. But plenty of space in here. And then this is the smaller. So this would probably be like his side. But it has a main light. But you get plenty of light from these accent lights. And then all the way at the back, you come into the ensuite itself. Nice big soaking tub, opposing vanities And then I really liked the shower just because of the bench and the niche, just how they're kind of tucked off to the side over there. I thought that was neat. And then, of course, you just have tons of space in here. And then opposite that is the water closet. So what are you thinking so far? Actually, getting ahead of myself. Calm down, Tim. Whoa, now. I thought we were getting ready to go back down to the basement. I forgot about these rooms. This one is massive. I think this is way bigger. Maybe it's just oriented differently. It just feels like a bigger room than like the other secondary bedrooms we've been inside. Get the closet and ensuite. Linen closet. And then all the way at the back, this is a fun room. This one's got all the things happening back here. I mean, not all of the things, but it's just got like this little hallway that looks neat. Looks like it's got quite a bit of closets. So you've got one on this side. These are the first step-ins we've seen, but maybe that's why there's two of them. They're making up, you know, for it. Because all the other rooms have these nice big walk-ins. This one needed two step-ins. And then into its ensuite, again, kind of same setup that we've been seeing, just oriented differently. This one does have a bench. I don't know if, did the other ones have a bench? I didn't pay attention to that part. Now, from here, we'll go down to the basement and check out. There's a lot down there too. But anyway, I did get a drone. I don't know if you've been seeing that or not. I had done away with it for a while just because, you know, we were trying to find like the perfect kind of setup in terms of how we could both tell or explain or showcase a home, but at the same time move through them quickly, because there are some days where, you know, I might film like 10 homes in a day or something. Probably not that many. 6 is most of the time what I can handle before my mouth goes dry. But yeah, finally I was just like, because interestingly enough, did you know that, or I just found out, you probably already know because you're doing it right now, the amount of everyone that watches it on their YouTube, on their TV, has been changing, like it's been increasing. So that's kind of why we made the shift to 4K and stuff like that. And this just got me, well, if you're already watching me on the TV, I might as well try and make it, you know, other than like how we tour it, you know, that's probably not quite what you're going to find on a normal television show, but try to make it as nice as we can, you know, for the TV. That was shocking, though. I always thought YouTube was, you know, like a mobile platform, and then all of a sudden, wham! It's on the TV. Which we do that too. Sometimes when me and Jen are looking at a video or something like that that we find or we're sharing with each other, we'll be like, well, let's go sit down and watch it on the TV. Ooh, this is fun. I didn't even see this. Oh, that's low. I'll get in here for you though. As long as you promise to hit the like and the subscribe button. There we go. It's a little low. This is perfect for a kid, little reading nook or something down here. That would probably be perfect. But I'm basically on my knees. So just to kind of let you know. And then on the opposite side, you have a movie theater room. Nice and dark. And then, of course, the sconces and the can lights do work independently. So if you wanted to turn off the overhead lights, but you still wanted to keep some of that side light from the sconces, you could. Or, you know, keep all the lights on until everybody starts working their way in here, and then you turn off the big overhead lights to give them like a 5-minute warning, and then you turn off all the lights. But then around the corner, you come into the utility room. You've got the water heater, the furnace, sump pump, and then just tons of storage space. All right, now I'm going to ask this question because there's a lot of places that we need to go and tour, right? But I don't know who you are, but I've been seeing it, I promise. I just can't remember your name offhand, but you've been wanting us to come to Arizona and tour some homes, which I would love to do, and we're going to get there. But I want everybody just to kind of pick like a place that they would love for us to tour, because I feel like we go back to the same places a lot, mostly because we have a lot of working relationships with builders that are happy to invite us back and showcase their new homes. But always looking to go to new places. So maybe you know a builder, maybe you are a builder, right? And you want to feature your home, or you want to see a home from a specific builder or a specific location featured. Definitely let us know down in the comments. And me and Jen will work together to put a nice little list together and see what we can do. The hard part is you know, I'm just one person and it's hard to get to all these places. I wish I could. I've thought about it, bringing on like a new host, maybe in the future at some point. That way we could start hitting up a bunch of different places, you know. But look at these countertops. Really nice, got a nice texture to it. But undermount sink, some floating shelves, accent lights, again, kicker lights. And then through here, again, you've got these glass doors, kind of like what we saw in the office space. I would imagine this would be like a gym room or something. And then you have storage for all your gym equipment, or a yoga room right here, something along those lines. That's just what I'm envisioning, right? But let me know your thoughts. What would you use it for? There are plenty of outlets, right? It could be a game room, something along those lines. And then into its closet. All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're in Wake Forest, North Carolina, and we're getting ready to check out another beautiful home from Cambridge Classic Homes. So let me turn you around. I'll tell you all about it. All right, y'all, I hope you're ready for this one. This one's got some super fun kind of hidden features in the home, and not just one. There's a couple of them, so I'm pretty excited about it. This is the Hampstead from Cambridge Classic Homes. And again, this one's a little bit different. Like, it's a more traditional home, but it looks like it's got just a little of that modern look on the exterior as well. Just a touch though, and that's just because you've got a lot of straight lines, right? But you also have a little bit of brick as well as some lap siding. Anyway, inside you're gonna find 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms. You've got a 3-car garage, which sits around the side of the home over here. And all of this is tucked neatly inside of 4,399 square feet. You have this absolutely massive covered front porch right here, and it looks like you've got 3 different doors. These 2 right here actually go, they're just like windows in the office. Your actual door is obviously this one right here. But if you are interested in a home like this, you're going to be looking to spend approximately $1,650,000. But with that, let's get inside and see what all we can find. All right, here we go. This is the third home we've toured from Cambridge Classic Homes, and I swear, all three of them have just been absolutely spectacular. Now, I like this one because it's on a little bit bigger lot, right? It's got a little bit more elbow room than the other two that we've showcased, but all of them have had some super cool layouts, and they've really had this like very homey, traditional, yet at the same time just extraordinary feel to the home. But anyway, this is your foyer. When you do first walk in, of course, 2-story, open to above. You do have several different things happening. You've got this beautiful staircase going up to the second floor, as well as an office and a guest room. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the left-hand side as you walk in, which is where you will find this office. And again, you can kind of see how they made it look like doors, even though they're not doors. It just looks neat. We actually toured a home the other day where they took the plan that had something similar to this, but they shifted the door over and kind of kept the same look, which was pretty neat. Not nearly as big of a room as this one is, but this one is super fun. We've got the built-ins right here. Nice light fixture. Not a dark color, but it is kind of like a baby blue. I could see this. It's very mellow in here. Now, the one cool feature that I love about this is you see all the built-ins, right? And they look very seamless, except for one has a couple little telltale signs. And that is this one, which you open up, what? And it is a hidden door into basically just storage. But, you know, it could be anything. If you wanted to, like, this could be like your gun room, something like that. Or your bourbon room, your wine, like you could store some wine in there, or you could just like store stuff, right? But it's hidden and nobody would ever know. And that's what I like about it. And then to the right-hand side, kind of on the opposite side of the foyer, you've got a coat closet. It's got your water main in here too. And then from there, you enter into this first secondary bedroom. So tons of windows, really letting in a lot of light. Now, as we are walking through this home, let me know what you're gonna do with things, right? What you like, what you might wanna change or rearrange, okay? Now, like this, would it be a guest room? Would it just, maybe you've got a bunch of kids or a bunch of family that lives with you, right? And you're just gonna turn this into a bedroom. I once toured a guy's house. It was from a builder, but he was living in it. And he kind of walked me through the home, and he used his guest room like an Airbnb'd it out. I would never want to do that, but it's an option, right? But you also have an ensuite that is connected to this bedroom as well. It's a nice big standalone shower, tile going all the way up to the ceiling. And then you've got a little bench back there as well. And then finally, at the end of the hall, it opens up into all of the common spaces with the kitchen, dining room, and living room. And oh my goodness, this kitchen right here is gorgeous. I love the ceiling. It's actually bumped up a little bit, and you'll be able to see that once we get upstairs in one of the unfinished storage spaces. Kind of looks like the way that they have it set up, you could turn it into a stage or something, which would be neat. But anyway, let's go ahead and start right here with the island. Of course, you have some beautiful pendant lights hanging down over the top of the island. Plenty of room for some seats. As you can see, I already parted everything so I don't have to worry about scratching up any floors. So we can check out this storage up underneath of the island. Now I have walked through the home. I had to turn on the lights. Sometimes people, you know, the builders or agents turn them on for me. Sometimes they don't. This one was kind of partial, so I had to, like, you know, ruin the surprise for myself. But I know the things, and you'll get to know them shortly. But on this side of the island, you've got trash can drawer, undermount stainless sink, looking back out into the great room. And then you've got a dishwasher over here as well. And then along the back wall, of course, you have plenty of cabinet space. They're not quite going up to the ceiling, so for all of you decorators out there, you can bring in like some greenery and stuff and really spice this thing up. I think that would look really good. On either side of the range, you've got some pop-up outlets. That's nice. And then, of course, you've got your gas range with 2 different ovens, your pot filler, and this beautiful range hood. And I love how it goes up and kind of meets the crown molding. I think that looks really nice. And then, of course, on either side, we've seen this with all 3 of the Cambridge homes, this being the 3rd, you have spice racks, which I love. And on both sides, there's spice racks. So normally, you know how one is like a utensil drawer where you can put like your big stirring spoons and stuff? This one is not. It's definitely got 2 legit spice racks. And then you've got this massive refrigerator. And then this is fun. I've never seen this before. You've got this like standalone skinny wine fridge, which is pretty neat. That's cool, huh? And then, like I said, this home's got a couple hidden things. This is the second hidden thing, and it is, of course, a hidden pantry, which is beautiful. It's not real big, right? Maybe you could put some shelves or something over here too, but you've got 2 more dishwashers in here, the wash basin, you've got a built-in microwave, another little wine rack, some open shelves. And then I love this backsplash too. I think that looks really nice. Just, you know, elegant looking, timeless, homey. Those are all the things that come to my mind when I look at it. But from here, we'll walk over here to the dining room. Got this beautiful chandelier here as well. And then plenty of windows looking out into the backyard. I like the lots that are backed up to the woods. I think that's nice. Seems like it's got a pretty nice flow to the place so far. And then from there, you transition into the great room. So huge chandelier hanging down over the top of the room. You've got this beautiful fireplace with these massive built-ins on either side. I love that. You've got these kind of sconces up above as well, which look neat. Some floating shelves, a little bit of storage. And then the fireplace itself, really nice tile surround. And then just a good looking mantle. A lot of places to put maybe you wanted to, you know, we've seen some homes with some artwork and stuff like up high. Of course, it would be terrible to clean, but, and probably really hard kind of with the accent walls as well. But just give you a good view from over in this corner of the house. And then you've got, this is unlocked, the sliding glass door, which opens all the way up. And of course, this is all screened in back here. which we are number, what, 13 now? 12, something like that, homes that we've toured here in Raleigh, or at least for this Triangle Parade. All the homes are pretty much near Raleigh. They've all been screened in, which has been awesome. I feel like that should be standard across the board for every home everywhere. If you've got a back porch or back deck, you know, at least some portion of it needs to be screened in. You do have a screen door to access the patio out back, so you can put a nice fire pit down there. Maybe a hot tub, a jacuzzi. It's a little private on this side. You've got woods, and then woods, and it kind of blocks the view from the neighbor on the opposite side. Then you've got the gas fireplace, other bricks around, nice stone mantle. I'm digging it. Let's see. And then you've got this doorway on this side of the stairs, which leads down. I think most of everything over here is like mudroom / master suite. You got a little spot to put some artwork. That's nice. A powder room with kind of an angled ceiling, which this sits right up underneath of the stairwell. But you got the toilet and the single vanity. And then all the way at the end of the hall, you come to the mudroom itself. So you got the hall tree, a nice fancy chandelier. And let's go ahead and hop out here into the garage real quick. So there are two different garage stalls. I think this, just kidding. Yeah, I think this might be the only one you can access from the house. I think the other one is just kind of like, it's attached to the house, but I don't think there's any access into the home from the garage. But this is the 2-stall, the other one is a single stall. So it looks like the only thing I'm really seeing is the electric panel. Coming back in the house, you've got these sliding doors right here with like almost like a ribbed glass that opens up into the laundry room. And I love the floors. I think that looks real nice. Tons of counter space in here, tons of storage space, right? Room for front load washer and dryer. And then you've got a nice wash basin as well. And then right off of all of this is the master bedroom. So are you liking the layout? Are you not liking the layout? Are there things that you'd like to change? Let me know down in the comments. So huge tray ceiling, another fancy chandelier. Got me looking around now for all these hidden rooms and stuff. They're trying to be sneaky with them, blending them into the wall. You got to look close. But then you've got the ensuite with the double vanities. And then the soaking tub with some nice backlit niches. And then this car wash of a shower. You got the whole walk-through. Couple shower heads, nice bench. Just needs like a rainfall shower head right between these two lights. And then you also have the water closet. Whoop, I bonked you. All right, let's see. Continuing, we've got the master closet. Now this one's interesting. The layout, compared to the other Cambridge Classic homes, they've all wrapped back around into the laundry room, which this one doesn't do. I would like to see, and I've never seen them in an actual home before. I've only ever seen them in like manufactured homes and stuff like that. But if you could put like, it almost looks like a dresser or a wardrobe or something, right? And there's nothing really in it. You open it up and you can walk through into the laundry room, and it just kind of hides it a little bit. But I've never seen it in a home like this. And we've toured a lot. I think we're closing in on like 600 homes that we've toured all across the country. That's exciting. I'm ready to like get a little closer to that 1,000 mark. That's going to be a fun time. But we'll go ahead and work our way upstairs. There's a lot happening up here. So this is kind of what you got as soon as you get to the top of the stairs. And then you've got the catwalk going across. We'll go ahead and start in this room, sitting up towards the front of the house. This one is huge. And it's probably not like super big. I mean, it looks super big, right? It's just got all these like turns and stuff to it. It's got some character. And it also has a nice walk-in closet. And its own ensuite. I will have to say that Cambridge Classic Homes has done a really good job in terms of like, for every bedroom, for the most part, they have their own bathrooms. A lot of the times they'll do like what are they? A Jack and Jill from like the bonus space into one of the bedrooms, but that's it, right? The rest of the bedrooms have all had their own ensuite. So nice linen closet. And then you've got this 45 wall right here that leads into, this would be like over the garage space. So like a bonus room perhaps. You know, and this is where you're going to have to get imaginative, get a little creative, and let me know what you would do up here, right? Not only do you have this room right here, it looks like there's a little extra space to our right, over here, where they put, looks like a gym room. But, you know, if you think about it, if you blew this wall out and this was just all open space, what if you did something like that, right? And then on the opposite side, this is, there's a couple spots of unfinished space. There's one on this side of the catwalk and one on the other side of the catwalk. I don't know if they connect. They might connect. I just kind of poked my head in here and make sure the light was on. No, they don't. But man, this could be a whole nother room. Or an office. Like this could easily be finished. Or you put like another hidden door there. And then let's see, around the corner you have another powder room. And then this is the second of the bedrooms. We're at bedroom number 4 overall. Oh yes, this is nice. Super spacious room. I mean, like I said, the other one was pretty spacious too. I don't know though. They're probably about the same size. But they're big. Another walk-in closet. They did not skimp on space in these rooms. And then standalone shower. And then across the catwalk, I'll give you views back down into the great room. And then you've got views down into the foyer as well. All right, so this is that other unfinished space. So this sits over the top of the kitchen, right? This is some more space that you could probably finish off. Even though it has this right here. I mean, this could be, I don't know what you could do up here. A number of things, right? Rock climbing wall. You put a big old mat up here and let the kids just like tumble, right? Or you could put couple chairs right here, right? Block out, to put some blinds on the windows, put a movie theater, put a screen or something in the corner maybe, and you can just sit here and watch some movies. It's got my mind turning. And then we've got another ladder. Ooh, this looks, does this like move? All right, don't move on me now. Oh, there's a light switch further up. Get up here and try not to hurt myself. What do we got? Oh, of course, there's no light bulb up here. So you've got the furnace, and then just like a lot of blown in insulation. All right, let's see. I know there's another bedroom over here. We'll go check that out. It sits up towards the front of the home. And that is down this way. This has got that new house smell to it. It smells good. Some more nice big windows. And another, these rooms are really nice. Carpet, some people like it, some people don't. If you're building a house, you can choose whether you want to keep it or not. So keep that in mind too. Another nice big ensuite, single vanity toilet, and another standalone shower. And then into its walk-in closet, which is also nice and big. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're getting ready to check out another beautiful home from Hidden Valley Homes. So let me turn you around. I'll tell you all about it. All right, y'all, say hello to another beautiful home from Hidden Valley Homes. This is 1373 Duncanwood Court. Check this thing out. It has a beautiful motor court right here. I love that. You've got these sconces, these gas sconces on either side, just kind of watching over your home. And of course, the exterior is done up in a combination of some beautiful brick as well as board and batten. But inside, you're going to find 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms. You've got this 3-car garage right here. And all of that sits inside of 7,222 square feet. Now, I had to walk through this home and turn on the lights a little bit. And, it is gorgeous, just like the last one. If you are interested in this home, it is currently listed at $3,249,900. But with that, let's get inside and see what all we can find. All right, here we go. I hope y'all are ready for this one. This one is another absolutely beautiful home, but this is the views that you are greeted with when you do first walk in. You've got this really nice wine shrine right there, views into the great room, and you can already see those exposed trusses. I love it. But before we get into all of that, I'll go ahead and turn you around real quick. Let you check out this entryway. So you have these 2 great big beautiful glass doors right here looking out into the motor court. You've got a couple nice light fixtures hanging down in the middle of the foyer as well. Then from there, just to the left-hand side, you've got the office with just like this wall of glass. Love that. Looks really nice. And then, you know, we've seen some of this stuff in the last home from Hidden Valley Homes that we did. In their office, they had these beautiful arched built-ins, which, y'all, I am digging. I'm so in love with. But beautiful color, kind of like a dark sagey color. And then the office itself, it's just got this really nice mood to it with this light fixture right here, giving off like this amber colored light. Love that. Get over here and let you check everything out from this angle. Yeah, so got here. There's actually some realtors that are going to be filming today as well. So that's fun, having to kind of shimmy and shift between each other. But anyway, at the end of the foyer, you do have, of course, the great room. I love these exposed beams going all the way down into the kitchen. Oh my goodness, love it. So you have a great big light fixture. Again, keeping with that arched theme in the built-ins, right? And those, they go pretty high up, not quite all the way up to the ceiling, but they're up there. And then you have the gas fireplace with the beautiful surround, kind of like a stucco surround, which looks really good. And then let me get you over here in this corner so you can kind of get a view of everything. So there are sliding glass doors out onto the back deck, which we will get out there in a little bit from another space. We're actually going to swoop down here real quick before we get into the kitchen. So kind of in between the kitchen and the living room, you do have this bar area with the raised bar on this side. And then inside of it, you have tons of counter space, a whole bunch of lowers, and then some open shelves, your wash basin, little mini fridge, and then let's see if this is unlocked. Yes. Then you also have a temperature controlled wine room. Let's check this out, just gorgeous. And then your views from here into the, you know, if you like playing bartender, right? This is going to be what you're looking at while you're pouring some beverages, some spicy margs, you know what I mean? And then this door right in front of us leads out into the garage. So we're kind of in like the mud room, laundry room areas. So to the left-hand side as we're working our way down, you've got the whole tree. With, again, keeping that nice sagey color. And I think they're going to do that pretty much throughout the home. But it looks really good with like this natural color wood, right? And then I believe this is a coat closet. And then just beyond that is a powder room. So you got the single pendant light hanging down over the top of your floating vanity. And then the toilet. And I like this. Kind of like a darker green, like fish scaly looking kind of pattern. Then on the opposite side, you've got the barn door that opens up into your laundry room. So you've got washer dryer hookups and then tons of counter space so you can do all the folding and stuff, which is really nice. Another wash basin. Soft close, and then some great big windows looking out into the front of the house. And let's see. So this is, ooh, the 3-stall garage. This is one of those moments where I'm gonna have to go back and redo the intro. Looking at it, it looked like a 4-car garage when I was doing my prep work, but I just quickly glanced at it. Whoopsies. But in here, it looks like you've got 2 water heaters, one big old stand-up one, and then a tankless one. And then you also have your electric panel. But that's about all I'm seeing out in the garage. All right, now it's time to get into this kitchen. Y'all, now as we are walking through this home, right, let me know what you like, what you might want to change or rearrange if you were to make this home yours. Drop that down in the comments. Would love to hear it. But we will start right here on the first of the 2 islands. And this one has waterfall edges on either side, plenty of seating space. It kind of looks like, let's see if I can get up under here. It's probably not. The last house tricked me. Oh yeah, but it's got some storage on the front side. There you go, that's nice. And then some great big oversized pendant lights on both this one as well as the one back behind it. And I like this because you can put even more seats on this side with the lip, but it also has storage going all the way down this side as well. And then along the back island, this is going to be like your prep island, right? You have tons of pot and pan drawers. Like there's a lot of storage in here. Yo, get a load of that. I know I'm just seeing it right now. But you see how the backsplash just kind of wraps up to the range hood? Oh man, that is beautiful. But on this side of the island, looks like you've got a trash can drawer. Your undermount sink, the beautiful faucet, looking back out into the great room. Then you've got the panelized refrigerator. And then along this wall, you've got the built-in microwave. And this looks like an appliance garage. Nope, just kidding. Just like a little cupboard. It looks like it though with like the counter right here. Anyway, then you've got the panelized refrigerator. And these cabinets, they're built in, so you don't have to worry about any dusting or anything, which is super nice. And then next to that, you have your scullery. So another dishwasher. Then you have your sink looking out into your side yard. That kind of wraps around, a little bit of open shelving. The refrigerator. And then all of this open shelving for storage, which is nice. It's like just a gigantic corner pantry. And then along the back wall, no uppers at all. Just clean and crisp looking. I love, you've got like a header with some stacked stone up above that. I think that looks fantastic. Y'all, I'm salivating a little bit. But on either side, you've got your utensil rack, little spot to shove the knives down in there. The stainless range. Again, this beautiful like stucco range hood, and then these cool, there's 3 little accent lights on either side. I don't know if you saw those. They're like little orbs, which look pretty neat. And then on this side is just your normal utensil rack. But I love this. This detail right here is just fantastic. And then beyond the kitchen area, you enter into the dining room. So you've got like this reverse tray. It's almost like a floating ceiling. like this nice wood color. Kind of matches the floor, not quite. Great big light fixture. Tons of space in here. Kind of bring out your own personality if you wanted to. Tons of windows, just letting in all of this really beautiful natural light. And then you also have access from right here in the dining room out onto this back covered deck. So again, you can access it from here, or you can access it from the living room. Looks like you can also access it from the master bedroom, which we'll get to in just a little bit. So you've got your grill. I love that they kept the brick back here. That just looks really sharp. You know, and you can decorate it a number of ways. But then you also have an outside gas fireplace. Again, with this brick going all the way up to the ceiling. Nice big rustic mantle. And then I believe it's a walkout basement. There was a couple of us turning on lights, so I really didn't. Oh yeah, look, there's a little fire pit over there too. Well, that's nice. I'm gonna be excited to get down there. Oh, and this looks like a little spot for maybe a mini fridge. There's a little outlet over here on the left-hand side. But then from there, we'll go ahead and work our way to the opposite side of the foyer, back through the living room. So this is where you're gonna find the stairwell both up to the top floor as well as down into the basement and the master suite. And then this little corridor. So we're gonna go down here first and then we'll work our way back. So this is kind of the other side of the motor court, kind of sitting up towards the front of the house. This might be like your guest suite or something along those lines. Got a great big light fixture in here. And then look at the baseboards, they're huge. And then the big windows looking out into the motor court. Then you also have a pocket door, which opens up into the ensuite. You've got the single vanity. 3 little pendant lights. You put your mirror right here. Your linen cabinet. Then you've got the toilet. And then back behind us is the standalone shower. Tile just going all the way up to the ceiling. And then into the closet. So a lot of storage space. Kind of neat. It gives the house like a courtyardy feel. Right? And then back over here on the opposite side of the hall, we've got a coat closet. And then into the master bedroom. So great big oversized light fixture hanging down nice and low. Still tall enough where I'm not bonking my head on it though, so that's good. Then you have the tray ceiling with the exposed beams, private access out onto that back deck, and then some more great big windows. Definitely has a nice feel to it. Then you've got the double doors opening up into the ensuite, which is beautiful. I love it. So as soon as you enter in here, you do have a linen closet. And then the first of the 2 vanities. So got the fun little sconces on either side of it. The vanity is floating. Look at this. Like scalloped trim. That looks really neat. Another big old kind of a lantern light fixture. And then around the corner, this is the first of the two closets. The water closet. And then you have this great big, oh man, check this out. There's you got opposing water closets. Oh, that's so fun. You need to run a string through there and play telephone with your significant other. Yeah, that's probably weird, but it's fun. Anyway, that's pretty neat. Two water closets. Love that. I get his and hers. And then on this side, kind of separated by the shower, which is different. We'll get to the shower in just a second. You have the second vanity. This one's got a makeup vanity. Probably put yourself another mirror right there. Some lights, right? And then you've got the sconces over here as well. Super neat. And then into the shower, you've got the bench in the back. Kind of some more scalloped tile going all the way up to the ceiling. You've got the removable shower head, and then you just have like this great big shower head right there. And I didn't point this out, but it is also zero threshold. I don't know why it is, but the opposing toilets got me a little excited. That's funny. Anyway, this is the second closet. This one's a little bit bigger. Got the full-length mirror in here. Tons of space. All right, so that's everything on the main level. We'll go ahead. We're going to start upstairs, so I don't have to walk up like 2 flights of stairs. But there are more bedrooms up there. So we only had 2 on the main level. And then there are a few more up here. So as soon as we get up to the top, we're going to be walking through these rooms together. I did get the floor plan for it, but what each room is, I have no idea. So this looks like a little media room. Maybe another office. I don't see any closets, so let me know what you're using this bedroom for. And then we'll go ahead and start on this side, work our way down this hall. So you've got a powder room with a single vanity and the toilet. And then on the opposite side of that, you have an upstairs laundry room. So stackable washer and dryer right here, tucked away from everything. And then this looks like another suite. So you've got this door right here, which kind of shuts it off from everything. You've got the ensuite. Single vanity, tons of counter space, the toilet, and then into this shower, kind of like a grotto-y feeling shower, just enclosed with the blue tile. You've got another bench. And then on the opposite side is its closet. Now this one also has 2 closets, which is interesting. So this is the first of the 2. And you've got crawl space. And then into the bedroom, Now maybe if you've got like children, like younger kids that are close to the same age, maybe they're living in the same room or something like that. Or one kid that just has a tremendous amount of clothes, then they could utilize both of these closets. So this is the second closet. And its crawl space. This one actually looks like you could throw some storage stuff in there because it's got the plywood in there, as opposed to just the insulation. And then on the opposite side, you have access up into the attic. You've got a little sconce right here. And then this shiplapping, which you see this right here? I don't know if it's for a painting. It looks like it opens like a panel, but it could just be like access to something, like you could pull it down and then you'd have to put it back up. There's no hinges on it, but you know, my mind was running like a secret passage to somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the second bedroom up here. This one's a lot bigger. You've got this nice big chandelier hanging down in the middle of the room, board and batten accent wall. Another great big window looking out into the front of the home. Ooh, and then this one's got some unfinished space up here for a little bit of extra storage. This would be, I think, going out over the top of the garage. And then into its closet. And ensuite. Look at the counter space on that thing. Ooh. So a couple sconces, then you've got the toilet. And this one has a tub. So you've got the tile going all the way up to the ceiling. And then you've got this nice big tub right here. Love that. Now we'll go ahead and work our way all the way down into the lower level. If you are loving this home, maybe you don't live in and around the Nashville area, well, you can reach out to our good friends over at professionalhomeplans.com. While you can't build this exact home, you can draw some inspiration from it or any of the homes that we tour all across the country. You can work with their designers to build that perfect dream home for you and your family. Or if you can't find any inspiration from this or any of the other homes, they have pre-designed plans that you can choose from, and then you can tweak those to make them the perfect dream home. And once you get done with that, you can reach out to me and tell me all about the different choices you went with for your home. I'd love to hear about it, maybe even come and tour it. If you want any more information on professionalhomeplans.com, you can find that link right down in the description. All right. So all the way down here on the lower level, there are a few more things happening. So as soon as we get down here, this bathroom right here is connected to the main common spaces as well as a bedroom. So you've got the single vanity with tons of counter space, a couple nice little sconces. It's a little darker down here in terms of color palettes, a little moodier. And then you also have the water closet. So you've got a little linen closet in here. The toilet, I say darker, and then we hop into the shower and it's got like this lighter tile to it. So whatever, you know what I mean. And then this just kind of wraps around into this bedroom. So this is the closet for the bedroom, which is outside of the bathroom. Some nice built-ins. And then into the bedroom. So another board and batten accent wall. Nice big windows looking out into the backyard. And then it looks like you've got this is access out onto the back patio of the walkout basement. Ooh, I didn't even notice that. Got the tray ceiling, like a nice deep tray, which looks really good. Then down the hall, a little understairs storage. Oh, I wonder if that was the only access point onto that walkout basement area. But this is your mechanical room, so you've got the furnaces in here. There's an electric panel back behind us. Looks like some AV security stuff. Access into the crawl space, and then you have your sump pump as well. And then into the lower bar area. So let me know definitely what you're doing down here. Just with the layout and everything. I'll turn you around real quick. Man, so I guess you have private access from that one bedroom downstairs, which is pretty neat. But there is a wall jack right there, so you could put a TV if you wanted to. But tons of space, and then the windows. Looking out into the patio, you've got another gas fireplace. Kind of set up the same way as the one upstairs was. Oh no, there is a door over here. All right, we'll get out there in just a second. Y'all scared me. I was like, man, we gotta go all the way back. But then down here, you've got, like I said, the bar area with this island. Plenty of space for some stools. Beautiful black countertops. Oh, you can put stools on both sides. That's nice. And then along the back wall, of course, you've got your bar area with your wash basin. Look at this, like a 3D backsplash, just kind of pops a little bit. Then there's some space to put a refrigerator down here as well. And then this could be like your card room, sitting area, cigar lounge, wine room, tasting room. Like the sky is the limit. I want to go see where that, where you got to walk down to get to that outdoor. Oh, I see this. I see it now. It all coming back to me now. Anyway, this is your outdoor fireplace down here on the lower level. Like I said, kind of the same situation. You got some big old ceiling fans down here, a couple beams. Maybe you could put some screens down here, right? And then put like a little screen door right here so you don't have to worry about the bugs and stuff. And then this little walkway just kind of wraps around a little bit to this outdoor fireplace. I wonder if it's gas or actual like wood burning. That'll be a question. What do you think? I think it's set up possibly for gas. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we're getting ready to check out another beautiful home from a brand new builder. So let me get you outside. I'll tell you all about it. All right, y'all, say hello to the La Dolce Vita from B. Elliot Enterprises. This home is massive. Just looks incredible. Inside, you're gonna find 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a 3-car garage, which I think a lot of this space right here is the 3-car garage, but it just gives it like this super grand looking feel to it. And then you've got this cool gas sconce up there, as well as just this massive array of windows. I think it looks awesome. But all of this is sitting inside of 5,552 square feet. Cool arched front door. And if you are interested in this home, this one is currently listed for $2.8 million. But with that, let's get inside and see what all we can find. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm digging this front door right here. Looks like a cool arched door. It's got, it's like a steel door. This thing is hefty, which is nice. But this is the view that you're greeted with when you do first walk in. You've got this stairwell going up to the second floor. Some super cool light fixtures up there. Almost looks like they're frosted with crystals or something, which looks neat. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Over here to the left-hand side as you do walk in. And this is, of course, the office. And I love kind of the glass wall that they have right here. I think that looks neat. Just kind of, when it's shut, it still looks, you know, open, if that makes sense. Like airy feeling, instead of being a closed off space. And that front door, I know this home is really big, but it almost gives it like a nice cottagey feel when you walk in, which is neat. That's how I feel about it anyway. But then across the way from the office, still in the foyer, you do have a coat closet right here, which sits just up underneath of the stairwell. And there is light in here. I didn't turn it on, but you got tons of space. I haven't gone, the lights were already on in most of the rooms, so I haven't gone beyond like the living room and kitchen space. I want to do that together, you know what I mean? But so there might be some rooms that the lights aren't on yet, and by that I mean closets mostly. But on the opposite side, obviously we're walking down a corridor into the master bedroom. This is nice. I like that big window. Now obviously you're going to put some blinds on it, but I just think it looks good. And then you've got this huge tray ceiling with the beams inside of it, and then also some accent light, like a lot happening in that tray ceiling right there. Get over here, give you a good look of the room. I mean, a very spacious room. Very minimalist. And then you've got this set of double doors that open up into the ensuite with the double vanities. Ooh, I'm loving this shower. Ooh, this is nice. Look at this thing. So, zero threshold, wide open. I just love how big and open and airy it is. You know, geez, crazy. This looks neat. You got the rainfall shower head, normal shower head, removable shower head, some windows letting in tons of light, and then of course you've got the tub. Since it's right here in the shower, I mean, you can just let this puppy flow right on over. You know what I mean? Nobody needs to turn it off. You just let that thing keep running. And then there is a bench back here too. Ooh, there's just so many things in here. I keep finding. Got the little ledge. Instead of a niche, right? Kind of replaces that. But I guess the way they got that little stool, little bench right there kind of replaces the need for a niche anyway. And then you've got the linen closet. And the water closet. And if all of that wasn't enough, we've got the big closet. It's got this little island right here in the middle, massive. Well, we'll get to it. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. But, are these open? No? Just a counter? But a huge mirror right here. Oh, everything's on this side. Duh. So this is the second home since we've been on this Raleigh trip. And all of these homes in Raleigh, they've kind of got their own unique style, right? They just look very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Elegant, traditional, right? If those two things had a baby, that's what you get here from a lot of them, no matter who the builder is. Like, they've just kind of got a unique style that I really haven't seen, honestly, anywhere else in the country. Like, when I see a home that looks like something I find in Raleigh, it's like, yep, that's a Raleigh home. But check out these shelves. Those are neat. You have those on either side of this gas fireplace. And I love that they kind of kept the same tile, right? But they just changed the color. So a lot darker right here behind these floating shelves, and then it lightens up a lot over the top of the fireplace. Let's get back in this corner. So views back into the kitchen as well as back into the foyer. And then you have, these look like those accordion style doors that can just open up all the way. And since I see screens, so you could really open this thing up, whether it be in the summertime or like fall time. Just get a little fresh air in the house. Looks like this screen right here, there's a remote somewhere. You just click the button and the screen would go up. So that's nice. And then you've got the screen door, if you have this down, that you can access the actual backyard. Very nice. Oh, hold on, let me get over here real quick too. So they do the same thing in the dining room. You could literally open up all of this and you can literally, like, this is an outdoor, indoor living room right here. If you just opened them all up, I like that. That's neat, right? I could live in something like that, personally. You can let me know what you think about it, but personally, I would definitely do it. This thing would be open all the time, except for like August. But you got some heaters up here too. So even Christmas time, the family comes over, I'm gonna be blasting the ceiling heaters with all the doors open. But anyway, you do have kind of like your griddle over here. I don't think this is yeah. It's like your flat, like one of the Blackstone things. This one's a Blaze. And then you've got a mini fridge out here as well. Stainless range hood. All right, we've been out here enough. The door just got me excited a little bit. Let's see, we'll get into this dining room. Check out this light fixture. It's one of those just like oversized light fixtures that sits super low. Just gives you like this, you're sitting down here eating dinner, you know what I mean? It's very personal. I like them when they're like that. Now, before we get into the kitchen, because I don't want to bounce all over the place, because this thing, I mean, look how open this is, right? There's things on both sides of this kitchen. So we're going to swing in here, which looks like some type of guest suite or other secondary bedroom. Again, another nice size room. And then you've got the barn door into the ensuite. Single vanity, nice big standalone shower. Ooh. Now this, the door opens in, right, into the shower. I don't know how I like that. But I'm sure you could just put the plastic on the other side, right? It looks like it's got these hinges that open out. All right, I'll shut up. But anyway, right now, it opens inwards. And you've got this tile going all the way up to the ceiling. Again, nice fat crown molding. I don't know. I know that you could put the plastic on the outside. I just don't want to hurt anything. But toilet, and then into the closet. Ooh, and that's a fun little linen closet. Now, I haven't been real far, like I said, but I didn't see, as we've been walking around so far, I haven't seen stairs down into the basement. So I don't know if there is a basement or not. But I guess we'll find out eventually. But in the kitchen, you've got this great big island. Some kind of end island storage. Now, what did you win an award for? A special feature. Okay, the last special feature, the last home we were in, it had a special feature as well. It's got another one of these end cabinets. And it happened to be a hidden room into a wine tasting, or a hidden door into a wine tasting room, which was neat. This is an ice machine, trash can drawer, undermount sink with all these fun things. Ooh, like a colander. That's nice. But that looks out into the living room. And then you've got the dishwasher. And then back behind us, you have this big, beautiful thing. You've got the gas range, double ovens, pot filler. I love this tile. I think that looks awesome. And it looks like it gives it some texture, almost some depth. It just looks neat. And you've got floating shelves on either side. Almost like a farmhousey kind of kitchen, I guess. And then the cabinets do go all the way up to the ceiling with those accented or backlit cabinets. And then on either side, no, just kidding. False alarm. About to get excited about some spice racks. And then we've got the refrigerator and the built-in microwave over here on this side. What is this cabinet? Nothing. I didn't know if it was going to be like a pop-open bread drawer, something along those lines. And then just off of the kitchen, you have, this might be the special feature, I don't know, the wine shrine. That's what, what Jen's been calling it. Because I keep calling it a wine room. I'm like, it's got to have a name. And she's like, it's a wine shrine. I'm like, all right, that works. So that's what it is. We're going to call it that. But looks like you got tons of space in here to put a number of different wine racks. And I don't think it's temperature controlled other than like the AC duct. But anyway, I don't know. I don't see anything that says temperature control like saying that it would be. But then you've got your hall tree, a couple cubbies down on the bottom. And then you've got, so this door right here actually leads out into the garage. So you've got this whole kind of mudroom area with your coat closet. And then you also have a powder room in here too. So single vanity, cool chandelier, toilet, and then another fun, this home is full of, what is that? What are you? Wallpaper. Ooh, it's fun though. It's a little textured right here. Like this is different. Like you can almost feel like the grout but it's not really grout because it's wallpaper. And then out into the garage. So 3 stalls. Get down in here, see what all we got. Some electric panels, the water heater, and that's about what I'm seeing. But tons of space, you know, it's a garage. I'd like to see, I think this would be like a nice spot to have like some water, so you can put like a wash basin or something. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to start back here. This is awesome. All right, so you have your working pantry, your butler's pantry, your messy kitchen, whatever you want to call it. Right, so you got another sink back here, another dishwasher. Back behind us, we've got another refrigerator. So just tons and tons of counter space in here. Oh my goodness. This is one of those things that you definitely want, especially, we're getting closer to the holidays, right? So this is one of those things that you want. Just get all them crock pots are rolling. Then you've got your storage pantry right next to that. And then into the laundry room. Kind of like just all this stuff tucked back here together. But a huge wash basin in here. Room for front load washer and dryer. And then back behind us, place to put laundry baskets, maybe fold some clothes. And then this great big window right here, just letting in tons of light. The pantry got me all excited. Yeah, so I don't know when these videos are gonna go up. Probably intermix them. We just got back from Colorado, probably like a week ago as I'm touring this right now. And now obviously into Raleigh. And then I think we're going to Wisconsin. But what we're trying to do is, we've got Piper on the way. She's due beginning of December. And Jen just kind of wants me to be around the house and not out on the road. So we have been, each trip we've been hitting up like 20-ish homes, right? So we can stock up and keep me around the house from like mid-November through January, help take care of the farm and stuff. So I don't know when this is coming up, but hopefully I'll put it up before Thanksgiving, I guess. But up here, there is a lot happening. We're gonna start down here and then just kind of work our way around so we don't get, holy Hannah, too discombobulated. This room is huge. So obviously this is out over the top of the garage. Oh, look at that fun window. I bet that cost a fortune. Now, as we're walking around, I didn't say this earlier, but let me know what you like, what you might want to change or rearrange, right? So this, you know, doesn't necessarily have to be this great big sitting room. This could be a number of things, right? We've toured tons of homes across the country that have had some pretty neat ideas. I mean, if you like this, right? This is cool, right? Nice little sitting area. Very formal almost, or maybe informal, but I don't know, more formal than most homes I see. But rock climbing walls, right? This would be cool right here to have a rock climbing wall. Or maybe down there, and then you can move it over to the flat wall so you can actually climb it and they're not going, like, their only option isn't to go backwards. But tons of different ideas. A bowling alley, a movie theater room, if we don't find one of those. But anyway, into, was this the third bedroom? So this kind of sits towards the side of the house, just behind the garage if you were looking at the house. But again, another nice big room. Ooh, that's fun too. Are any of y'all coming or did go to this Raleigh parade? I think there's a different name. It's not just Raleigh. It's I think it's like the Triangle Parade or something, I think is what it's called. But if you did end up going to do it, if you are in like North Carolina and you came here, let me know, which homes did you like? I know we're not going to get, there's so many homes. I think there's like over 100 homes in this parade. Obviously, there's only one of me, so I can only tour so many of them. But I think we're doing like 20. But yeah, let me know which ones were your favorites or ones that you wish that you could have gotten into while you were here. If you don't live in North Carolina, have no fear. We tour homes all across the country. So eventually we'll make it to your area. And if we don't, you can reach out to our good friends over at professionalhomeplans.com. They have tons of different floor plans that you can choose from. You can work with their designers to design your own custom dream home. You can draw on some of the inspiration or draw inspiration on some of the homes that we've toured across the country. Just, you know, features that you might like. Put them in your home. Tell us about it. What features did you go with? But anyway, those guys can help you out, and they can also help kind of walk you through the entire process in terms of having your home built after the plan. So very helpful. And they've got some cool things that they can do. Like you can walk through your home 3D, like virtual reality stuff before it's even built. So you can make the changes, you know, kind of see it at scale, which is neat. But if you want any more information on professionalhomeplans.com, you can find that information down in the description. And then out into this massive common space, this home has a lot of these. Definitely made for entertaining, I believe. Right? There's just spots to hang out everywhere. So you've got another bar up here. Kind of some fun counters. I like the blue in it. I think that looks neat. And then back behind us, you've got another ice machine, your prep sink, a mini fridge, ooh. It's just so much space. This is one of those homes that's like, yes, that's an open concept home. For sure. Because honestly, other than like the bedrooms, everything else is pretty much wide open, you know what I mean? Then you got this fun accent wall. Kind of matches the design that we saw downstairs around the fireplace. But again, this just kind of helps lend, instead of having like a wall right here and creating a hallway, you know, it helps keep the space open. And then into this bedroom, which I believe this is number 4. And I didn't see any basement yet, so I would assume that it doesn't have one. Now this sits on the opposite side, obviously, from the other bedroom. And this one's got a sliding door. into its ensuite. Ooh, I think the shower in here is bigger. So single vanity and the toilet. And then this shower, it's nice. And it also has its own closet. All right. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're in Brentwood, Tennessee, and we're getting ready to check out a brand new home from a brand new builder. This one, it is the epitome of luxury homes. So let me turn you around. I'll tell you all about it. All right, y'all. I hope you are ready for another amazing home tour. This one, oh my goodness, this one is amazing. I say that about all the homes, but it's just awesome. Anyway, this is 506 Mansion Drive from Hidden Valley Homes, and it has some of the most spectacular features we've seen to date here on the channel. The first of which is this gorgeous garden entryway. I love that. Inside you are going to find 5 bedrooms, 5.5 plus bathrooms. You've got this 4-car garage over here, which is just massive. You've got entryways into both the pantry as well as the mudroom. And all of this sits inside of 7,579 square feet. Let's get in here so you can see this kind of garden entryway, which is just beautiful. As you come up here, you've got like this covered patio area with sliding glass doors from both the great room as well as this guest suite over here, which is super nice. Love that. If you are loving it already, well, you can expect to pay $4,998,000, as that is what it is currently listed at. But with that, let's get inside and see what all we can find. All right, here we go. I know we've got 4 homes on the docket today, 2 from Hidden Valley Homes, and I did not really know what to expect from them, and now that we are here, oh my goodness gracious, I'm excited about the next one now. Anyway, so this is your foyer when you do first walk in. Just beautiful. You've got these great big modern front doors looking out into your garden courtyard area. A stunning tray ceiling with like this wood inlay. Looks super nice. Great big light fixture. And then a little sitting area with a window looking out into your back covered patio. Now from there, it goes a couple of different ways, but we're going to go ahead and start out here in the great room with these just absolutely, y'all, I don't know. I'm probably going to be using stunning and gorgeous a lot, but let me back up here. You've got the vaulted ceilings with the exposed beams, the dormers, massive sliding doors. Just all of this combined together lets in so much natural light. It just feels very nice. Very warm, but great big light fixture, humongous fireplace. You've got the gas fireplace kind of with like a stucco surround, and then you've got this wraparound mantle, and then the shiplap going all the way up to the ceiling. Ooh. And then let's see, let me back up a little bit. So you've got the doorway right there. So you could have like something over here, built-in shelf like it has currently right now. The TV, right? Whatever you want to do. And then from here, you've got these gorgeous views back into the kitchen. And I love that stone accent wall. I think that looks spectacular. But before we dive into all of that fun stuff, let's go ahead and step out here onto this back patio and pool area. So you've got the grill, kind of outdoor kitchen-y area with a prep sink. Looks like a little spot that you can put like a mini fridge or something like that out here. This door leads into the dining room space. Just kind of give you a look at everything. All the sitting areas. And then as it wraps around, this is the window that we saw coming out of the foyer. And then this set of doors right here actually leads towards like the master suite area. So again, beautiful ceilings out here, kind of matching what we saw in the house. And then out here on, or further out back, you've got your hot tub as well as pool area. There's a little bit of snow on the ground, so we're not going to venture too far back here, just so I don't track it all through the house. But a nice little spot to hang out, I see. You can definitely open up all these doors and get that like indoor-outdoor experience. And then we're going to bypass the kitchen real quick. And it'll all make sense here in just a minute. It's going to come full circle. But just off of the kind of kitchen, great room, common space area, you have this bar with a beautiful wine case or the wine shrine. Love the countertops. You could put some stools right here if you wanted to, but you don't have to, right? You just walk up, grab yourselves a drink. And then on this side, of course, tons of counter space. Counters drop down a little bit. You've got your prep sink, another little spot for a mini fridge. Views out into kind of the garden area, front porch patio space. Windows do open, so that's nice. And then you also have this temperature controlled wine shrine, which I think holds, it's like 120 bottles, if I'm not mistaken. But again, keeping with that same wood that we were seeing on the accent ceiling, as well as the ceiling out on the back patio. Then from there, we work our way down this corridor, which is kind of like your mudroom space, right? So you've got your hall tree, which sits right here. And this door leads out into the garage. We're going to go out there in just a second. We're going to hit everything up on this wing real quick. But tons of space on this hall tree. You got the cubbies down on the bottom. Some storage space up top. Those aren't soft close. But the rest, I would imagine the rest of the cabinets are in like the kitchen and in here, which we'll find out in just a second. So then this is the laundry room. So you've got the double, or you've got the barn doors. Tons of counter space in here. Cabinets not quite going all the way up to the ceiling. Your wash basin, picture window looking out into the garden courtyard area. I haven't really decided what I want to call it yet, so it's going to be both. Anyway, front load washer and dryer, or, you know, washer dryer hookups. I always get caught up saying front load washer and dryer. I'm not sure why. Anyway, further down the hall, this is like a coat closet. And then back behind us, it wraps around into what I would imagine to be the guest suite. I did get the floor plan, but I haven't really looked at it yet. You do have a door that shuts the whole room off. But as soon as you walk in, you've got the ensuite, double vanities, tons of counter space. Beautiful countertops. I love this vein right here. Looks really neat. And you got a little opening down on the bottom so you can put your towels and everything. Then at the far end is the toilet and a great big window looking out into the front yard. And then back behind us, the standalone shower. Nice little bench. Tile going all the way up to the ceiling. and then into the closet. Now this room, I did go through the whole house and turn on the lights and everything. And this is just a beautiful room. Now whether you keep it, as a guest room or not, because this would make for like an amazing studio, something like that. I don't know. But you've got the exposed beam up there, great big light fixture, huge windows. And then this door right here leads out onto that front kind of garden area. So I could imagine setting up some tables right there. It's not too often that you have like a front patio space, right? That's private and secluded, which this one is, which is nice. You know what I mean? I could definitely, that's like your mimosa space. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll go ahead and step out here into this garage. So you've got the 4 stalls. You've got a great big water heater, a tankless water heater, a spigot, some more beautiful windows. I see the electric panel. And then over here, you've got another wash basin. So if you're like out here working on your cars or something, or your garden space, right? You can come over here, wash everything up. Which is really nice. So this door straight ahead is the one that we just came through. Now we're gonna go through this door. It all circles around, I promise. So we're not gonna miss anything, and I'll explain it as we get there. So as soon as you walk in, this is your scullery. You've got like this little pocket office within the scullery, right? With a beautiful color, like I love this green. Let me see if I can get a little closer so you can see it without like any glares or anything. It's like a sage green color, if I had to describe it. But I love that, the fact that you've got access straight into here from the garage, so you don't have to carry your food at all, period, real far. It beats those Costco doors too, which I also love, you know what I mean? Anyway, so in here you've got your built-in microwave, plenty of counter space, some open shelves, nice darker color in here. It's still a green, but man, it's almost like a green-brown color. I'm not sure what you would call it. Panelized dishwasher, your undermount sink, another trash can drawer right there, and then plenty of open shelves for storage. That's just on this side. Then this little section right here, obviously you could put a secondary refrigerator. And then some more open shelves. And then from there it opens up into the kitchen and kind of worked our way full circle, right? So that's where we went, over by that bar down that room. So very nice. In the kitchen, love, love, love this accent wall. Just this stone climbing all the way up to the ceiling looks awesome. You've got those windows way up high and then a couple more on the side. These down low actually open up, so that's very nice. Then you have these kind of glass china cabinets at either end of this counter. I know you can see in, but still gonna open it. It opened really nice. Like it had open assist almost, if that's a thing. Tons of lowers. You've got a pan rack. Your stainless range with the double ovens, a stucco range hood, which looks really nice with this stone. I like that a lot. And then let's see, what do we got? A utensil rack. Then you also have 2 islands. So this is the first of the 2. This one has waterfall edges on either side, which look spectacular. You've got another panelized dishwasher in here. You've got all the drying racks and cutting boards with this undermount sink looking back out into the living room. Trash can drawer. What is this? Ooh, an ice maker built into the island. Yes, please. That's real nice. I'm surprised there's not one. Maybe there is, and I just didn't catch it. But I'm surprised there wasn't one over in that bar area. Anyway, on this side, you've got all of the drawers. These things are ginormous. All the pots and pans can fit in this thing. And then on the opposite side, on your other island, we've got some more storage. On this side. Then there are lips on either side, so if you wanted to wrap the chairs around, you could. And if the front side storage wasn't enough, look at that, this chair's already prepped, so I don't have to scratch the floors. Oh, no. Ooh, got me. So no, just kidding. There's only storage on the front side. Interesting. And then kind of in between this corridor next to the bar and your pantry, you've got your panelized refrigerator. And it looks like just a few more cabinets up top, but I love how it's all kind of like built into the wall, which is super nice. Then on the opposite side of the kitchen, we find ourselves in the formal dining room. Again, beautiful ceiling. This is like a reverse tray. So that's nice. It just drops down. Let's see if can you kind of see that? But it's almost suspended, right? With a really fun light fixture hanging down over the top of the table. Floor to ceiling windows. Love that. Again, tons more light. All of this looking out into the backyard. I think the whole property it's just shy of an acre. It's like 0.95 acres. So nice and roomy, right? Of course, this house is ginormous, so it takes up a lot of that space. Anyway, and then you've got this kind of powder room over here, which connects outside this door, leads out to the pool area. So this could be like the pool bath, you know what I mean? Some funky little light fixtures. You've got the floating vanity with tons of counter space. And then you have the water closet as well, with like the shiplap kind of going all over the place. So that is everything on this side of the house, which is crazy because we've still got a whole nother side before we go upstairs, which is wild. But let's go ahead and start right here. We'll work towards the front of the house, and then we'll go back. The master suite we will find on this side as well, which is gorgeous. So we just passed the foyer. This is understair storage, but they've got some hooks right here, so perfect. And there's even a hanging dowel right there. Oh, they're on both sides. So this could be like, this is your coat room, right? Looks like they've got some AV stuff in here as well. But all of that is right up underneath of the stairs. And then next to that, you also have a powder room. So I love the sconces. You've got the toilet. And then when I was going through, turning on all the lights, I saw the pools. There's a couple of these bathrooms that have some pretty neat pools on them. My elbow just turned off the light. But then all the way at the end of this corridor, you've got this beautiful glass door right here that opens up into this office space. Check this out. So kind of a matching cabinet color that we saw in the scullery. You've got these arched built-ins, which is pretty neat. Tons of open shelves. Again, almost floor-to-ceiling windows in here. This front one looks out into the front yard, and then of course your view into the garden area. I'm digging this thing. I love it. It's just so many possibilities. Let me get over here in the corner for you. Just kind of give you this view. Look, I can get down with that for sure. And then continuing on, this thing just goes and goes. This is another suite, which has its own private ensuite. Tons of counter space. Like, just the rooms in this home, at least on this level. So there are 3 rooms, 3 bedrooms on the main level. And then there are a few up top as well. But the ones down here are humongous. Hopefully as we're walking through this home, you're letting me know down in the comments what you like, what you might want to change or rearrange if this home was to be yours. So this is the second bedroom. Again, I can't get over these windows, y'all. Gorgeous. You've got vaulted ceilings in here with the exposed beam, some more shiplapping, kind of giving it like a farmhousey feel. Maybe not necessarily a farmhousey feel, like an old world feel almost. If that makes sense, right? Maybe not. That's just kind of, because it's way more than a modern farmhouse, I think. But then you've got the stairwell going up to the second floor, and then continuing down this passage, you've got the doors that lead out onto your back covered patio, a linen closet, and then as we're going down here, you also have some exposed beams that run the length of it as well. And then just way off from everything, we enter into the master suite. So again, vaulted ceilings, exposed beams, shiplap accent ceiling, humongous chandelier, some more great big windows. Just got this really moody kind of vibe to it. I just like how the sun's hitting it, you know what I mean? Looks neat. Anyway, then just off of that, we enter into the ensuite. This thing is spectacular as well. So you've got the double vanities, kind of separated by your soaking tub, another nice big picture window. You've got these big old sconces on either side of the mirror. And then back behind us, we've got the water closet. And then your walk-in shower. There's actually 2 doors So this door right here, and then this door right here, so it's almost like a walkthrough, but you would both have your own sides, right? And then you can both start them on your own as well. But you've got opposing shower heads, a rainfall shower head, then you've got your removable wand shower head, and then a couple little foot rests on either side as well. Then beyond that, you've got your makeup vanity. With another great big mirror. Like I said, I told you there was a lot to this home. It just goes and goes and goes. It's just crazy. I love it though. There are so many things that I'm pulling from this. That garden entryway with just like all of the private space that you have there. That's definitely on my list. So there's two closets in here. This is the first of the two. And then this one is the second. This one is so much larger. There's tons of space in here. You also have some storage space. Get down here so you can... Yeah, this one is humongous. And then also, I didn't get to point this out, but you do have a full-length mirror as soon as you walk out of this one as well. All right, so from here, that's everything on the main level. We're gonna go ahead and work our way up to the top floor. If you are loving this home, maybe you don't live in or around the Brentwood and Nashville area, well, that is okay. You can reach out to our good friends over at professionalhomeplans.com. While you won't be able to build this exact home, you can work with their designers to craft that perfect dream home for you, pulling inspiration from this home or any of the other homes that we've toured all across the country. Then you can reach back out to me. Let me know what all you went with, what ideas you pulled from that went into your home. And I'd love to hear about that. But the guys over at professionalhomeplans.com, super helpful. They also have tons of pre-made plans that you can select if you're not quite into this one. And you can work with them to kind of customize those as well. Anyway, more information on professionalhomeplans.com. You can find that in the description. It's a nice little storage room right here. And then this one, I like this room. I just like the pendant lights hanging down. I think they look really cool. With some board and batten. So this is the fourth bedroom. It's a nice and spacious room. Again, not quite as big as the ones downstairs though. Mostly, I think, because of the ceiling. I think the ceilings really gave those bedrooms downstairs like a more expansive feel. But don't get me wrong, these aren't small. But you've got a single vanity in here. Well, that's fun. Little toilet paper rack up above your head. But you also have one right here as well. Maybe that's for like storing them, you know what I mean? But then you've got the standalone shower. And into the closet. It's fun. We've been running the gamut on this Nashville trip from ultra modern to uber ultra modern to these more traditional style of homes. And I love the difference, right? So this is probably a good spot to put some artwork, especially in this like little bump out right there. Some little sitting spaces. Probably a fun spot to read, right? And then down this hall, you start getting into some more fun stuff. So you've got attic access right here in this hallway. You've got another linen closet. And then this is the 5th bedroom. So this one's probably one of the more unique ones as well, just because you've got your own private balcony. I'm getting caught up trying to show off the door because I wanted to go out there. But nice big room. And then again, you've got your balcony looking. This is almost like, this entryway is like the central location of the home almost, you know what I mean? Which is definitely built for hosting, right? You're gonna have parties here, for sure. But let's see, you've got a closet. And all of the closets have been really, really nice. This is the first one of the Hidden Valley homes we've ever toured. And I am quite pleased. They are definitely at the top of my favorite builder list. That is for sure. Like I've walked through some homes, you know, and I'll see some things here and there that are like, meh. But no, this one, not at all. And then further down, we've got another powder room. I love how the faucet just kind of comes out of the backsplash. I think that looks super neat. But that powder room is for this area, which is all kind of combined. I would imagine this could be like just a giant game room, movie theater room, and this would be like the entryway. Put some high tops in here, right? A dartboard on that wall, maybe. But you've got this bar area with the prep sink, little spot for the mini fridge, and then you've got some open shelves and some cabinets. And all of that sits just on the outside of this just great big bonus space. So this is your ballroom. Bowling alley. I don't know. What would you do up here? What would it be for if you lived in this house? Where would you put things? Help me visualize it. Because it has tons and tons of space in here. In McLean, Virginia, and we're getting ready to check out a beautiful new English modern home from a brand new builder. Y'all, this home right here, it is absolutely drop dead gorgeous, and I am so excited to share this with you. Let me turn you around. I'll tell you all about it. Get a load of this beauty right here. I am absolutely 100% positively head over heels in love with this home. This is by far the dreamiest dream home for me personally I've ever toured. This is the English Modern from Brush Arbor Design and Build, and it is absolutely spectacular, from the brickwork to the shake siding. And you see this fireplace right here? Inside of that is one of the most spectacular hearth rooms I've ever seen. It is gorgeous. Also, just this driveway right here with the pebble stone just kind of gives it like this old world feel. Anyway, inside you are going to find 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms. There is a 4-car garage around to the right-hand side of the home, and all of this sits inside of 11,400 square feet. Coming up onto this beautiful covered front entryway, of course, they still incorporate some of that brick and shake shingle and this big, massive door right here. If you are loving this home just as much as I am, well, it is currently listed for $8,750,000. But with that, let's get inside and see what all we can find. All right, here we go. Now, I definitely haven't been to the basement or anything like that, so pretty excited about it, and pretty excited about doing it with you together. But this is your view as soon as you walk through the front door. Obviously there is an entryway over from the garage as well, but you have this beautiful staircase right here and then a proper foyer leading back to all of the common spaces. But let me go ahead and turn you around before we dive in it too far. Also, before we dive in it too far, make sure that you go down and hit that subscribe button for me, because if it wasn't for y'all's support, we wouldn't be able to get into some of the amazing homes that we do, and it just kind of gives me like the warm fuzzies on the inside. So greatly appreciate it. And with that, let's get into it. So you do have things to the left and the right. I'm going to try and kind of stay composed and keep it all, you know, together in terms of like the flow of the home. But you've got this parlor room just as soon as you enter the home, without these beautiful windows. This whole home just kind of gives me like this gardeny vibe, right? Like I don't know, some type of English cottage is just kind of the feels that I get from it. But anyway, you do have access into other parts of the home from here, but we'll access all that stuff in a little bit. And then on the opposite side, you do also have your formal dining room. So beautiful coffered ceiling in here, access from your butler's pantry and the kitchen. And it's just kind of got like this darker, moodier tone in here. But almost like a sagey wall color, which is pretty neat. I love that. It's not like an overly dark, it's just kind of like a softer green color, but I don't know, just the room in general has this like mellow, somber, elegant tone to it. But then we continue down the foyer, and this is going to be kind of your guest entry space. So you're going to have this coat closet, almost like a coat room rather. And then you also have this powder room right here with a beautiful textured wallpaper, the toilet, and then you have this floating vanity with the brass accents as well. And then I don't know what this door is. Ooh. So this would currently, obviously it's shelves, but it looks like there are elevator shafts. I'm just reading the sign, right? Right here. So what I've learned, and I actually learned this in the last home that I toured, is that when building a home, people have been opting for elevator shafts. This door right here leads down into the basement, which we will get to momentarily, but we're going to go ahead and step out here into the main common spaces and start with this living room. But if you go ahead and put an elevator shaft in when you first build the home, you can utilize it for whatever you want, storage, you know, that type of stuff. but it makes it easier to put an elevator in as you age, right? Or if you have your parents or someone need to move in and they need a more accessible way to, climb a multi-floored home, then you already have the shaft in and you're not having to like tear down your home essentially to put an elevator in, which is, I just learned that. So makes sense to me, right? But anyway, gas fireplace, kind of coffered surround, and then of course you have these natural wood beams here in the living room. And then I'll give you a quick view back into the dining room and kitchen. I am in love with this kitchen back here, y'all. Y'all just wait. Oh my goodness. But then just off of that is this study area, which like I said, also has access into the parlor. So beautiful built-ins. And then you have like almost like these French windows, these garden-esque windows, kind of going throughout a lot of different places within the home. It's mainly, I think primarily, in the kitchen, which I love. Anyway, in between the living room and the kitchen is your informal / less formal, however you want to refer to it, everyday dining room table. But this is just kind of, it's keeping with that kind of rustic charm, which this home has heaps of. But nice big space for the table, and then back behind that, with this kind of like partition wall, you have this built-in bar area for whatever you utilize it for. It's kind of got like this nice little arch to it, some curved corners, right? Now I wonder if any of these are mini fridges. No? And no. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and step out back onto this back patio and pool area before we come back in and check out this, this kitchen space. So you've got some uncovered patio space, some covered patio space. Let's go ahead and actually two, very nice, two covered patio spaces. So this is the first, over here you have this beautiful gas fireplace, again with that brick surround going all the way up to the ceiling, vaulted ceilings. And then on the back side, they kept all of the shake siding, which is very cool. It's about 2 o'clock-ish. So this is kind of your afternoon sunshine that you're getting. So it's nice and shaded back here. Love that. And then on the opposite side, you have a set of stairs that drops down into kind of your cooking. I don't know what there would be there's got to be a term for this. One of y'all let me know. What would you call like the cookhouse-ish thing? Even though it's not like a full house part, but you know what I mean. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Over here you do have an island. Got some of that southern snow in the air. Pollen everywhere. That is growing up South Carolina. My folks are still down there too. But they come up to West Virginia, you get all this snow, and then springtime comes around, Masters just left. And it is just, everything's yellow. All this pollen. But a little storage compartment on this side. You've got this massive outdoor kitchen space with the grill. Looks like you've even got some outside trash can drawer. I got a little excited there for a minute. Oh man. But I feel like if you left your spices outside, the moisture would probably get to it with the humidity and stuff, and then your spices would be ruined, and that would just be no good. But this one's got an outlet in here. Maybe you've got an outdoor refrigerator, right? But anyway, tons of storage. And then, of course, you also have your pool and jacuzzi space. And then your nice big backyard. All right. Now we'll get back inside. And I'm telling you, I love this kitchen. It is gorgeous. And it just has all the things too, right? So let's start over here. And then we'll go around the exterior and then we'll hit the island. So, of course, you've got these beautiful windows with this apron sink looking back out into your backyard. Just tons of natural light. It feels warm. It feels inviting. You've got a trash can drawer. Oh, man. Double dishwashers. Look at that. One on this side, one on that side. And then that just kind of wraps around. Looks like you've got some fun drawers. Maybe like a little bread drawer, possibly. And then look at this range hood. Oh my goodness. With this like brass accent. And kind of floating. It's becoming a theme. I think this is an in thing right now where the range hood sits in front of windows. I've seen probably 3 of them so far. I've even seen one where it was on like a remote control and you could bring, the range hood was like up at the ceiling and then it came down over the top of the range, which was pretty neat. But anyway, utensil drawer. Got the Wolf range with the double ovens. And then on this side is your spice racks. And look how wide that thing is. Tons of space. And then all the way at the end, you've got your built-in microwave and coffee machine. And then this is your panelized refrigerator and freezer. And then in the middle of this beautiful kitchen is this massive island. And it doesn't look like it has any storage on the front side, but I did see storage on either end. So tons of seating space. I like it on the end because, I mean, y'all see me crawl up underneath of there. You've got to get up underneath of there, the front of the island to get to any type of storage. So it's nice. I like them on the ends. I think that's handy. Anyway, 2 nice big pendant lights over the top of the island. Another trash can drawer. The undermount sink looking back out into your dining room and living room space. And then more storage on this side. All right, now I'm gonna try not to, this is where it gets a little crazy, all right? So this is the first access, and I've kind of already showed it to you. This is the first access point down into the basement. There are 2 sets of stairs in this home, which kind of help make it flow. But this is your butler's pantry, kind of like your serving pantry into the formal dining room. There is also like a chef's pantry that we're going to get to momentarily as well. But you do have these nice dark cabinets right here, and then this antiqued mirror glass, which looks really good. And then, of course, your prep sink and a little beverage refrigerator. But this one's like the only one that's kind of weirdly out of the way that makes it, I had to go back and catch. Anyway, just off of the kitchen, you have your storage pantry. And then into your chef's pantry, which basically has my wife's dream appliances. I just noticed that. No wonder we're touring this home. Jen does, if you're new, Jen picks out all the homes that we tour, kind of coordinates all the tours that we do. So if you do not like a home, it's her fault. Not mine. I'm just the guy that tours them. But anyway, beautiful. She loves these like white and brass appliances, and this one's got them all. It's got the dishwasher. It's got another oven in here, which is really nice. And then you've got some board and batten. Cabinets not quite going all the way up to the ceiling. Then a single pendant light, some floating shelves, and another prep sink. I believe this is another, no, that's trash can drawer. I was going to say another dishwasher, but I already brain farted. I brain tooted. But this is the second set of stairs, which we will utilize to check everything out here in just a minute. But let's start down here and then we'll wrap back around. So this is your mudroom area. You've got this beautiful whole tree. And then of course the brick, which I absolutely love. And then this is kind of like your friend's entrance door. That's just a door that goes out into the motor court. And then this door right here actually leads out into the garage spaces. So look at this really nice epoxy floor. You have individual stalls for each vehicle. This door right here is access out into the backyard. And then you have your electric panels. And I did see 2 EV hookups. So you've got one right here. Ow, and one right here. Just slammed my hand into the corner. But that's about all I'm seeing out here in the garage. Back up and kind of show this, just like a little spot for like drop zone or something. It's like a super fancy mudroom, like the fanciest mudroom I've ever seen. You got a coat closet. Like you can't even call it a mudroom. And then on this side, you've got this powder bath, perfect for just as soon as you come through the door. And then my favorite room in the whole house is back here. So you have this fantastic, incredible, gorgeous hearth room. So cathedral ceilings, nice big light fixture. Again, kind of with like a, this is more like, maybe this is like a proper sagey color, but just nice and dark, maybe like a foresty green. But another gas fireplace. Nice, big mantle. And then this is also connected to the office, which actually is pretty neat because if you do work from home and people pull into the driveway, they don't have to go through the house. They literally can come through this side door right here. And then you can almost treat your hearth room as a waiting room, right? Or a secondary meeting room where you can just sit and talk to them because it is also attached to this office space. And we'll get over here so you can see everything. It's got a set of French doors that open up into it. And then, of course, it views out into the drive. Tons of space. And we've been kind of seeing this style a lot lately be brought to life. This is probably the first one that we've seen staged, which I am so thankful for. Like, I love the fact that it's staged. I think it looks phenomenal. Anyway, from here, let's go ahead and work our way upstairs. If you notice, there were no bathroom or bedrooms on the main level. All of the bedrooms that I know of are up here on this upper level. I haven't been to the basement yet, so I'm not really sure what, if any, rooms are down there. But beautiful lattice windows, perfect little sitting area. And then this could be like a secondary study back here, or game room, right? Just tons of space. And then it also has a bedroom back here. So you've got full bathroom, single vanity toilet. and then the shower and tub. And then across the way, closet. And then into the room itself, which is pretty neat. Before I pan the room, it almost looks like it's got a little balcony back here, but it doesn't. Man, I would almost love to put like some flowers or some pots or something up here and really give it like that gardeny look. The home already has it. It lends itself to it. But I think this is the only room on this side of the house. And then we'll start working our way to the other side. What are you thinking so far? What do you like? Is there anything you'd like to change or maybe rearrange that you've seen so far in the home? Let me know that stuff. Would love to hear it. You do have a laundry room, so front load washer and dryer, tons of folding space. And then you have all this counter space as well. Cabinet's not quite going all the way up to the ceiling. Man, I didn't turn on all the lights in here. I just saw it as a laundry room and I was like, well, that's that. Look at this. Just a lot of storage space, which is awesome. Kind of keeps the rest of the house nice and clean. So you've got the furnace, which makes this almost like your whole utility room, right? I'm sure there's like a nice clean one downstairs with another furnace or two. But then you have this linen closet. Or maybe this is the linen closet, right? Just tons of storage. And then you also have some attic access up there as well. So very nice. And then working our way down the hall, we have another storage closet. See, I dropped the ball on some of these lights. But another nice big storage closet. And then at the end of the hall, it kind of tees off to the left. You can head to a bunch of the other secondary bedrooms as well as the stairs down towards the front of the house. And then to our right behind us, you have the doorway into your grand master suite. So beautiful little entryway right here. And then to the right-hand side, you enter into the bedroom itself. To the opposite side, this thing's got its own living room, right? Which, I'm starting to see whether people are coming to visit. I've talked about this stuff. Whether people are coming to visit or just the fact that the kids have gone to bed, I want to kind of escape to my own place, right? In the evening time and just either work on something that I've been wanting to work on or just kind of goose frob and, hang out before it's finally. Because a lot of the times, I'll tell you what I'm really bad about is me and Jen we'll be sitting downstairs, we'll grab that glass of wine. We might pop on a show or something that we are watching. And then all of a sudden I fall asleep on the couch. And that's that. That's a wrap. But I wake up in the morning and my back is toasted, hurting so bad. Not that that would change if I had my own living room in my bedroom, right? I'd probably do the same thing. But anyways, check out this beautiful ensuite. You literally have a garden tub with garden windows, right? Looking out into your backyard. Double vanities with these beautiful sconces on either side. And then you have this really nice standalone shower. Oh my goodness, both of the doors open. Look at that. Ooh. All I can think about is grabbing this with both doors open and then Jen being in the bathtub or something and just squirt her with. That's probably mean, I know, but that's just the kid in me. But anyway, you haven't. I know you've thought about it too. It's fine. She'd probably do the same to me. But where are we at? Yeah, shower heads. That's probably all we do. We'd be squirting each other back and forth as one of us is standing at the vanity. But, oh, that's not what it is. I don't know why I was thinking it was a living room for whatever reason. It's because it's an unfinished closet. That's what it is. But, I mean, it could be a living room, right? Anyway, it looks like it could be a living room. I don't know. But anyway, you can come in and design this closet the way you want it, according to this little brochures here. They also have different floor plans to choose from for the closet. But there you go, tons of space. Now there's the question, would you utilize some other space within this massive master suite for a closet, like maybe say in the bedroom somewhere, or would you give yourself a little sitting space, a little living room perhaps? So another storage closet. And then we come to the second of the secondary bedrooms up here on this main level. So you've got single vanity, and then the toilet, and a shower and tub combo, subway tile going all the way up to the ceiling. And then into the room itself. This is the last home of the Virginia trip. This was a quick turn and burn. I came up yesterday, and then I toured 3 homes, and then we toured 3 homes today, and then this is the last one, because taking little man to a monster truck rally tomorrow. So that's exciting. He loves his monster trucks. He's never actually seen one in real life. So we've got my earmuffs and stuff, the noise canceling joints that we're going to take up with us, because I don't want him to, I don't want to hurt his ears or anything. But anyway, we're pretty excited about that. Hopefully he's excited. Jen said that they had to make breakfast this morning for some of his monster trucks. So he likes to help her cook every now and again. And so they made pancakes this morning. He had to have a pancake plate, and I think 4 of his monster trucks had to have little mini pancakes. So anyway. And then I love this. You've got like this little day bench over here, another little neat spot to kind of grab a book and just hang out. You know what I mean? Probably put some chairs or something on either side too. Or a rug, make it cozy. And then and that one room was, I'm looking at all these other bedrooms. I wonder if that one room was used for something, or planned out to be something else, because it was maybe a nursery, something like that. That's the only thing I could really think of, because it's like half the size of all these other bedrooms. Interesting. And then into this one's closet. And ensuite. Had to check for a bench. And then from here, we will go and work our way down into the basement. If you are loving this home, maybe you don't live in and around the service area of Brush Arbor Design and Build. Well, have no fear. While you can't build this exact home, you can reach out to our good friends over at professionalhomeplans.com and work with them to draw inspiration from this home or any of the homes that we've toured all across the country. And they will help you kind of bring your vision to life. And if you don't have any inspiration or can't find any inspiration, they also have tons of pre-built floor plans for you to choose from as well. And you can work with their design team to kind of customize those and turn those into your perfect dream home. So if you are looking to build your home, reach out to professionalhomeplans.com. Let them know I sent you over there, and they will hook you up. You can find that link down in the description. All right. Didn't turn the light on in here either. But this is your full-on mechanical room. Just get over here and kind of show everything. So you've got electric panels, AV stuff, water heaters, another furnace, sump pump, all of the stuff. All right, we're just gonna be walking through this thing because I don't know. So this looks like, oh man, I don't even know. Is this like a secondary suite? Look at this, you've got there was a doorway, right? And then you've got this room over here. This could be like a junior suite maybe. Nice big room. But then it has a closet and an ensuite. The shower's nice and big. Yeah, that's nice. Nifty. And then it's got this room, which could be like a little sitting area. And I don't see any signs saying that that could be a closet. So that's cool. I wasn't expecting that one. And then what else do we have? Oh my goodness. That is the thing about this home. It just goes for days. But then you've got another storage closet. And then back behind us is actually like this little hallway corridor that leads to the other side of the home and the other set of stairs. Man, I didn't turn on any of these lights. So some understairs storage. And then it opens up into the common spaces down here. So you've got another living room, den area, another gas fireplace, your entertainment center. And then I love just how the beam just kind of comes up and around. And then I'll give you views back into the bar area. So you've got a wine fridge, some open shelves, prep sink. Looks like these are little refrigerators as well. And then you've got some space to kind of put whatever you want. I've never seen a ping pong table like that before. Look at that, that's fancy. It's got like a leather net. And then you have the wine shrine. Oh my goodness, even the wine shrine's got a door. If that thing opens up into some, oh, it's probably just gonna be storage. Yeah, I was about to say, could you imagine if this door opened up into like some speakeasy, right? How cool would that be? But I don't think that it is temperature controlled. And then what do we got? So the stairs, let's start over here. So some more understairs storage. And then you have another bathroom. This is a full bathroom, so single vanity. toilet, and then your shower. It's got a little bench back there as well. And then your gym room. And then what are you? Oh my goodness, where's the light? Then you've just got like maybe some finished storage space, a movie theater room. Just some giant finished space. So let me know what you're going to use all of this for. All right, what's going on, everyone? So today we're in Brentwood, Tennessee, getting ready to check out another beautiful home from an old friend of ours. So let me get you outside and tell you all about it. All right, y'all, we got a little bit of rain happening today, but we're not gonna let it get us down. This is 9011 Old Smyrna Road from our friends at Tennessee Valley Homes. We've toured them a few times, and their homes are just absolutely beautiful. I love every one that we've been in, and I'm excited to see what you think about this one. Inside, you're gonna find 5 bedrooms, 6 full bathrooms, 2 half bathrooms, a 4-car garage with a pretty cool layout, and all of that sits inside of 7,294 square feet. Cool little front porch with the wood columns, and then you've got like a wood accent ceiling, stacked stone, and then this gorgeous gas sconce out here. I think that looks absolutely awesome. If you think the home is awesome, well, you can expect to pay $4,295,000. But with that, let's get inside, see what all we can find. All right, here we go. Last week we were in Minnesota, nice and cool weather. Today we're in Tennessee, a little more humid with the rain, but I'm excited to get into this home. If you enjoy cooking, this home is for you for sure. It is an absolute chef's dream. You can already kind of see part of the great room, but the rest of the great room is strictly dedicated to cooking, which is awesome. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and check out this foyer right here. Of course, it's 2-story, open to above. You got a great big light fixture up there. I love these accent lights just right here on the bulkhead. I think that looks pretty cool. And then you've got tons of space for decorating, just to kind of make the home nice and inviting. I love the herringbone pattern on the floor. I think that looks awesome too. It kind of breaks it up a little bit. Just makes it look fancy as soon as you walk through the door. But then right off of that, you come into this dining room. Now this is going to be like the formal dining room. And I am kind of interested to hear your thoughts on this, just with it being close to the front door. Now there is another entrance over by the garages. So I feel like if you're hosting and stuff, everybody's probably going to be coming through that door, maybe. But I don't know. I haven't really made up my mind as far as what I think about it. Now, the cool thing is it is super close to the pantry as well as the kitchen itself. We don't have to go real far for that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. You do have this almost floor-to-ceiling window. Not quite, but it lets in tons of light, which is pretty neat. And of course, I'm sure you can get some blinds and stuff. But then from there, we'll go ahead and continue down the foyer. Of course, you've got the set of stairs. We'll be going up that in a little bit to check out. Man, there is so much stuff upstairs. It's ridiculous. But next to that, I want to call this a coat closet because it's too easy to have a dowel and a shelf right there. But just kind of wraps around up underneath of the stairs. Almost like once you did have coats and everything, this would be like the perfect hide and seek spot. Like nobody would find you until everybody started hiding there, and then everybody would find you. But anyway, that was just kind of my guess. Could just be a storage closet, but I'm thinking it's going to be a coat closet. And then from there, we enter into the living room. I'm going to kind of hide the kitchen from you. It does have a bar in here as well. And that just kind of adds to the whole kitchen space. We're going to stick in here with the living room real quick, though. You do have exposed beams going pretty much all the way through. And then they tie that in with the wood accent walls above both the built-ins as well as the fireplace itself. Just very clean looking. That's what I think of it when I see it. But it's not like uber modern to the point where it's cold. I feel like the wood brings in a lot of warmth. And then I wouldn't necessarily call this a mantle. Just kind of the lip at the top of the fireplace around. But, and then of course that just looks like all one piece, which is pretty neat. And then you've got the gas fireplace. We've got some rocks in there. And what I like about this, just kind of, it's got some 2 buttons over here, which are kind of mood settings. So it was green. And then we can just kind of change the colors by hitting it. So you can get it to match, you know, your vibe, however you're feeling. But then from there, I'll go ahead and turn you around. And you get this first look back out into the kitchen space. And like I said, man, this thing is, whoo, I love it. Wait until you see the pantry too. But you've got this fun little sitting area. You know, typically I feel like we would see a dining room table here, but they've turned it into just kind of a sitting area. So if you're having guests over, friends or family, y'all can just kind of hang out. Everybody's still kind of involved and just has a fun place to sit. And then you have kind of like, so you've got 2 islands and one of them is set up like a table, like an informal kind of eating space, maybe like a breakfast bar, something along those lines. But we'll dive into that more in just a minute. You do have a wet bar right here with, again, almost a little bit different wood going around it than what we saw around the fireplace. But then on this side, you've got tons of drawers. Is this built in? I don't think so. Got the sink. And then you have this beverage refrigerator. And let's see, probably a trash can drawer. Yeah. Now what is this thing? Ooh, an ice machine. Love it. And we're gonna wrap around over here. Man, there's just, all right, we'll get that in just a minute. There's stuff over there too. I didn't even notice earlier on. I hope I turned the lights on. So we'll get into the kitchen. Of course, tons of counter space in here, massive range hood. Looks like we've got some spice racks. Boop, boop. Fun little pattern on the backsplash. I feel like this whole thing's got to have some cool drawers, you know what I mean? That's like my favorite part of touring the homes for sure. Just getting in here and spelunking a little bit, seeing what all we can find. And the cabinets, let me back you up and show you these. They don't quite go all the way up to the ceiling. So you've got a little room for decorating. And we'll work our way down the rest of that backside in a minute. Get into this island real quick. Waterfall edges on either side, and that goes for both of them. This side doesn't have cabinets, but I did notice on the other side that it does have some cabinets. And look at that, I don't even have to move a chair. No scratching floors today. But that goes all the way down to the other end. And then of course you've got this light fixture hanging down over both islands. A lot of brass accents in here. In this one, you also have tons of cabinets and drawers. That one is not real big. I was thinking that was going to be a lot bigger than what it was. They're all, okay. I was thinking they were going to be like big pot and pan drawers, but they are not. You do have 2 sinks in here. That's nice. And they're both, it's not like one's a vegetable prep sink or anything like that. They're both like big sinks. This one just happens to be the biggest. But you've got panelized dishwasher. Of course, your apron sink looking back. I mean, this is a great setup for dinner parties, I think. Like spaghetti nights with a little glass of wine. That's what's up. Got another trash can drawer right here. And then I'll back you up so we can continue this massive amount of counter along the back wall. You've got a built-in microwave right there, and then you've got this window kind of looking out into your motor court. You've got another back covered patio back here, and then the access just from that area into the house. So too easy to bring in your groceries. Like I said, we're pretty close to the pantry. We'll go check that out in a little bit. But, and then over here you've got panelized, I think they're both refrigerators. Maybe one's a freezer. This one looks like a freezer. Nice and cold. But then this is your second sink, and that looks out into your back patio with your outdoor kitchen area with the grill. Looks like another sink. I think these windows open too. I think they're just cranks. Yeah. So that's nice. And then you've got a door and a sliding glass door. Or is that just a window? Oh, it's just a window. So you got the sliding glass door over there. But I'm pretty sure it's probably easier just to hand everything out. But anyway, we'll go check all that stuff out in just a second. There's another door over here that we can use to look out on the back patio. And then this is just kind of a little covered porch area. This sits on the side of the house in between both of the garages. Which, oh man, I didn't even think about that. Okay, wait until we get over there. You have direct access from the garage straight into the pantry, which I think makes it even nicer. But it's not this one. This is a different one. This just comes out into the single stall garage. Get out here and see what all we can find. Looks like we've got a door going out into the backyard. And then looks like just the water heater. So that one, that's the garage where all the toys go. And then this is a fun space. I love this a lot. You've got a vaulted ceiling, more exposed beams. But this would be like, I feel like your evening retreat, your den almost. The cigar room, perhaps. I don't know. You know, it could just be a number of things. But I love the nice dark color. It's got some cool sconces that are kind of accenting the base of these beams, which is pretty neat. And then again, you've got the door going out onto the back patio. And then this one right here just has its own private patio. Interesting. What would you use this room for? That's what I want to know. You can let me know down in the comments. See if I can get out here. We do have, you know, I'm getting serious about the newsletter now. I've had a newsletter for quite some time, and now I'm just super serious about it, super inspired to kind of grow it, which allows us to get into more of what's happening across the country in terms of the market itself, different trends that we see up and coming, and just, you know, all different types of stuff that we get to open a conversation up about. It's called Marble in Maine. You'll find that link down in the description. Do me a favor, 100% free. Plus, you get yourself a free builder bundle checklist, which is just a bunch of different checklists and things that you can take with you as you start building your own home and going through that journey. So tons of space out here. Got the sliding glass doors back into the living room. Of course, the outdoor fireplace. You've got these built-in heaters, so you can easily sit out here in the chillier months and kind of enjoy yourself. And then, of course, like we saw from inside, you do have this outside kitchen. I love the brick. I think that looks awesome. Got plenty of drawers out here as well. That's what I need, right? Jen's always complaining that I've got my spatulas and my grill accessories just kind of hanging out in the house. To have a spot to actually, like, we got a trash can drawer out here too, to hide them so they're not in her way. I think she would appreciate that. But then you've got the grill. It's like a griddle as well. I'm not going to lift that up. That might get a little hairy putting back. That's nice. That's what I said. Just you can cook in every different way in this home. So if you are a chef, is it your dream? I don't know. Anyway, so we missed a few things over here. And the first of which is this gigantic pantry. This thing is massive. So all of the shelves, like we're doing a lot of canning right now because our garden is just popping, and we're having to make room for different things. We've got one stand-up freezer for other things that we're freezing, and that's all full of meat right now. But then we've got two other freezers which are filling up right now. You know, I love the farm stuff, so having something like this on the farm would just be absolutely awesome. But then you've got some open shelves, cool little sconce. You've got another beverage refrigerator in here, a dishwasher, another sink, and then this, they've got it boarded up right now, but would be space for another refrigerator. And then, if that's not awesome enough, you have the garage right here. So it's super easy just to bring the groceries right into the pantry. And if you've already got a refrigerator right there, whew, that's too easy. But tons of space. I don't really see anything other than the electric panels in here. Little water hookup. But I think the pantry perfectly matches the size of the kitchen. Which is awesome. And then from here, we still got, wait until y'all see this master suite. Woo! So on this side of the house, past the living room, you enter the master suite. And it is massive. So we'll go ahead and start. I haven't been in the bedroom part yet. I think I only went into the bathroom. But all the way at the end of the hall, this is the master bedroom with the exposed beams. Beautiful chandelier. Tons of space in here. The windows, absolutely gorgeous, letting in tons of light. Like really, you just have this chandelier in here, which really isn't producing a lot of light. It's really just the windows. I love it. The vaulted ceilings just give it like this grand feeling. And then back down the hall, you have the double doors into the ensuite. And this ensuite, oh man. But then you have this gorgeous soaking tub sitting right in the middle of everything. You've got the double vanities, and it's almost like a his and her side bathroom setup. Not quite, because to one side you've got, of course, the shower, the other side you've got the closet, but I'll show you why I say that here in just a second. But these vanities are gorgeous. Nice and big, again, with the waterfall edges on either side. The tub, now, this is probably the biggest tub I've ever seen, just in terms of space. You know what I mean? Like, this is something I can easily sit down in, stretch out. I mean, even if you're like 6'3", 6'4", something like that, or your spouse is that tall, you know, they're gonna be able to sit down and stretch out. If you're a shower person, you know. If you're not a shower person, it doesn't really matter. But then all the way at the end, you have this shower, huge rainfall shower head, and then two kind of more traditional shower heads. They're still absolutely massive. Then you've got a removable shower head over here as well. One bench on this side. And get you over here. You've got another bench on the other side. But you could literally park or maybe not park, but you could reassemble a Volkswagen Beetle and it would fit in there. And then you have water closet number 1. And this is why I say it's kind of like a his and her. It's a convenience factor in here. If you've got to go, you know what I mean, and it's being utilized, well, have no fear. You have another one that is near. So 2 water closets. Love it. That way you can have like your own magazines in there and stuff, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about people moving your things. It's like your own private oasis. And then past that, you come into this closet. I've been seeing this too, and I've loved it. You just have the accent lights on the hanging dowels, which are pretty neat. You know, and that's what this channel is all about. We do provide a little bit of information, but for the most part, it's all about inspiration. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you go out and you purchase a home from any of the builders, then that's a win, you know, success. We've connected you to a builder. But I love hearing stories about people. They'll email me all the time and they're like, hey, we just got done building our home, or we're in the process of building our home, and we have used your channel to do it. And I'm like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? I love hearing that stuff. So I don't know. How do you use the channel? Are you looking to build? Are you looking for future inspiration? Like, what's your story? I always love hearing that. This is the laundry room. And this thing is massive. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. Let's get into the closet real quick. There's just a linen closet. But then it looks like, I would almost call this like a little pocket office where you could have chairs right here. Maybe kids doing homework, something along those lines. I'm not sure. Or maybe you're just in here working as you're doing your laundry. If you're doing your laundry. But then on the opposite side, you have a wash basin, washer dryer hookups. Tons of cabinets. And then this would probably be a good spot to put some laundry baskets or something. Oh man, we still missed it. Dang it. You know, there was a room over by the, I know you are going to yell at me if I miss that thing, but there's a room over by the pantry, and we walked right out of it. I want to get that before we go upstairs. But this is your half bath. Fun little sconces in here too. And this is all right here, so this is mostly the entrance towards the master suite, and then you're right around the corner from the foyer, so if people need to go utilize the restroom, they can easily do that from here. Now we're going to get upstairs in just a second. I just want to be thorough. I don't want y'all to yell at me because that happens. But this is, we haven't seen any bedrooms other than the master suite, right? Maybe this is the coat closet. 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 Maybe this is the coat closet kind of placed a little further away from the front door than I would expect. But maybe if you're using this as a guest suite, which you very well may be doing, then having a coat closet right next to the guest suite might be nice. Yeah, that would have been horrible. It happens sometimes, you know. I've done tours before where I've completely missed the master suite, like one of the pinnacles of a home, and I blow right past it because, you know, there's just, when you come through the home, you just get I get excited anyway, and sometimes that can be overwhelming, you know what I mean? And you just have one of those whoopsies moments, and that's that. But anyway, it has its own ensuite, which is nice. Again, keeping with the brass throughout the whole home. Got the toilet. And in this shower, it's got a fun shower tray. Look at that. Some geometric patterns happening down there. And I love that they kept the same. So like you have this shower head, which is the same that we saw in the master shower. I love they didn't skimp out on it. They kept the same thing, which is nice. And then you also have the closet in here as well. There. Now we have hit all of the stuff downstairs, and we'll go ahead and start working our way upstairs. If you are interested in a home like this, but maybe you don't necessarily live in the same area, well, you can link up with our friends over at professionalhomeplans.com, where they have tons of floor plans that you can choose from, or you can even work with them to customize those plans to make your perfect dream home. And then you can reach out to me like, hey man, come tour this home that I just built. And I'll be like, yes, please. And I'll come over, we'll high five, we'll be best friends, tour the home, and it'll be awesome. But even if you don't even know where to start, just reach out to them, professionalhomeplans.com. They'll help you get started in the process and go from there. You can find the link for them down in the descriptions. Again, professionalhomeplans.com. All right. Upstairs we have a lot of bedrooms. So this is the first. And we've got some fun ones too. A little echoey. Hopefully that's not too bad. But some have some furniture, some don't have furniture. But plenty of space in here. And again, I love the black frame windows. I think that looks awesome. Got a little spot to mount the TV. So that might give you an idea as to where to put. Well, it looks like you've got nightstand outlets over on that wall. And then into its own ensuite. Ooh, they changed it up a little bit. This bathroom, we've got some black trim and accents. Single vanity toilet. Kind of same shower setup, a little bit different shower tray. Maybe not as big as the last one that we saw downstairs. You've got a little bench at the back of this one too. And then into its closet. I would have to say, the built-ins being in the closet, you know, I was having a conversation just recently about how convenient it is to have them in the closet. That way you don't have to, one, if you already have it built into the home, you don't have to worry about spending extra money to get your dressers in your room, right? Some people obviously need more space than others, but it also helps keep the room like clutter-free, which is pretty nice. Now this is probably one of my favorite rooms. Just a little different. It's like a fun kids room, or like if your friends have friends, if your kids have friends over, then they can kind of come in here, and you've got some bunk beds that are built in, which is pretty neat. Got the fun little ladder right here. Obviously you're gonna have mattresses, right? You would probably have to provide the mattresses. You gotta say it though, right? Somebody's gonna be like, where's the mattress? You know, you have to get it. I don't know. Anyway, then you also have some storage in here. which I feel like, man, that would have been nice if you bumped it out a little bit because you got a little extra room that you could do that. Maybe. I don't know. Just a thought. But obviously this home is already built and for sale, but this could probably be a good office space too. If you like blew out the bunk bed, if you didn't need the bunk beds, and you just wanted to create like a separate office space, that would be fun. And then you've got a great big linen closet in here as well. And this is the second full bedroom upstairs. I think what, the fourth bedroom overall, right? I think this one's about the same size. Into its closet. This one feels a little bit more spacious. I think it's just the door on this one isn't set in the middle of the closet. It's set to one end, which gives you a little extra room. And then it's got this fun little, there are a lot of these in this house. Just like, look at all that storage space, right? I know the light's off, but I got a couple that I went ahead and turned the lights on because I saw them. But there's just a lot of those in the house, which is fun because, you know, we all get those totes and some type of boxes that we got to put places. And then into this one's ensuite. Again, I feel like this one is a little bit bigger than the previous one, just in terms of width. I'm clanking on everything. That's when you need one of those rubber wedding rings, so it's silent. I catch myself all the time. I'll be shooting a clip or something and I'm like tapping my ring, especially on like railings and stuff. I do that a lot. But you've got another powder room up here. And then down the hall. Now there's a lot of cool stuff on this side of the house. Oh, nice. So I didn't look in this closet earlier. It's evident that the light is off. But this is your second floor laundry room. So you got washer dryer hookups, which is super cool. That was going to be my only real ding on this home, was that the laundry room being over towards the master suite. I was like, man, that'd suck. But it's nice that they have one up here. And then you've got attic access. Because while there is another bedroom down there, if you utilize the other bedroom as a guest bedroom and they're not staying for real long, right? A typical length of guest stay, then they shouldn't have to do laundry. And they can take that home and do their own laundry in their own laundry room. But then nobody else has to use the laundry room downstairs, which is also nice. So then you've got another sitting room up here. This looks like it could just be anything. I mean, obviously you've got this whole media center built in over here, so you can mount the TV. And of course you've got the shelves. But, let's see, let's look in here real quick. But then you could do a whole bunch of stuff up here, whether you turn this into like a mini movie theater room, pool room, put a card table up here, something along those lines. The sky is the limit, and then you've even got like a little bar area. With the sink, another beverage, refrigerator. You could do something like that. I could see setting up some popcorn up here and turning that into a movie theater-ish thing. And then it just keeps going, right? That's why I love these homes. Just like finding your way through them. Because that's probably one of my second favorite thing is I don't like looking at the floor plans, or really, I try to avoid looking at anything when I come to a home. Sometimes that doesn't always pan out, but I definitely don't look at the floor plan. It's because I want that, I want that element of surprise too, because that's the joy I get out of this. But this is not going to be counted as a bedroom, as there is no closet. So office, playroom, something like that. Obviously, let me know. This is one of those homes that, like, you should have a laundry list of ideas you need to be telling me in the comments, right? Like, I'm gonna do this with that and this with that. And I'll sit there, I'll read them too. Definitely checking them out. Now this is another bedroom. I think this is the 5th bedroom, which is nice. So that makes it, while there's a lot of cool spaces, like that bunk bed space, all the actual bedrooms have had their very own ensuite, which is so handy. Of course, I've never lived in a home that has as many bathrooms as it does bedrooms. We're close right now. We're in a 4-3 right now, but technically one of them I'm using as an office, so maybe that counts, right? A little bit different, but then this is its closet. And then, now this room, there's a room over here too. I think this sits out over the garage. So this is over the 3-car garage. Just kind of like a big old bonus room. Big enough for a bowling alley, right? You can get up here and play some cornhole, all types of stuff. So, you already know what I'm gonna ask, right? What are you doing? And then you've got a couple of these different little storage spaces. This is one of them. And then this is the other one. This one. Oh man, does this go all the way down? Where's the light? There you are. Holy Toledo. That's a lot of storage. All right. Y'all let me know what you think about this home down in the comments. I love just like the simple elegance that comes along with a Tennessee Valley home. But again, like I said, I want to know your thoughts. If you want any more information on this home or Tennessee Valley homes, you can click that link down there in the description. Make sure you sign up for our free newsletter. We got one coming out this week, and I think you're going to love it. And as always, my name's Timothy. I look forward to seeing your beautiful face in the next one.